The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School football is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, Mercy One, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bows on the Floors. Thank you for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio and Dowling Catholic football.
And good evening and welcome to Indianola football field here on the opening night of the high school football season here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadeo joined tonight by John Chido as you're listening to our pregame show, the first one of the year in this COVID environment. We are outdoors on the veranda here at Indianola High School on the visitor side where the Dowling fans are trekking in right now on the clouds have moved in. The rain is held off. I just looked up the temperature, Johnny, 90 degrees, humidity at 50%. The feels like temperature is 96 degrees. And a northwest wind, which will be blowing from our right to left as this field runs to the north and south. That is our current conditions on the opening night of high school football. And isn't that great to say? We're playing football.
Absolutely. I mean, last month, if we talked about this, I wouldn't have thought this day would come. And it's here, and it's just fantastic. And we're actually going to watch football be played tonight in the state of Iowa, which is unbelievable. It's so surreal. And
Yep. It is.
The temperature has dropped a little bit, so it's starting to feel a little bit like football weather. It wasn't like that maybe an hour ago, but who cares? We're here.
We're out here with the Dowling fans amongst us. Jeff Piggott is our studio producer. My name is Mark Amadeo. Back for year number 38 on Iowa Catholic Radio and the station's 44th consecutive year following Dowling Catholic football. Started back in 1976, my freshman year at Dowling. Guy named Bob Updegrass started it all off, and then I took baton from him back in 82 and been here ever since, except for the 2-year hiatus I had when my son was playing at a different high school. But Johnny's been a labor of love, and it's a lot of fun. As you know, from now being a listener, a coach, and now on the air with me tonight, sitting in for Matt Maindering, who is listening, but he will be available in week 3 for us.
I remember when you broadcast my game, Mark, in junior and senior year and in the late 80s. And now being able to be a part of this is great.
And you say that, John, but now you being here and one of the former players that I've had on, Taylor Bennett was one I had, who I coached. I look out there, and there is a Chido in a Dowling uniform. Now, I don't know if he's related, because we know you're related to somehow you're related to the guy in Ankeny, who's having their big battle tonight, Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial. But Joey Chido, a junior out there going through warm-ups. How's that feel, Daddy-O?
That's pretty cool. You know, it didn't really hit me until I sat down here in this chair and looked out there and saw him out there warming up, and then it became real quick. And I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. I'm glad he's doing it, and he's enjoying every moment of it, and it's a great experience. So for those of you out there that are kind of second-guessing about playing football, try it. Do it. It's a lifelong lesson, and you'll always remember these times.
Absolutely. And it's ironic, Johnny, that he's got number 84, as we have 84 precincts in the city of Des Moines. I'm going back to election roll. So is that a coincidence? I just thought I'd bring that up. The first thing I thought, I was like, that's our last precinct in Des Moines. It's on the south side.
I might have to spray salt around the building because I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Mark.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. Well, let's talk about this game a little bit. We're going to catch up with Athletic Director Tom Wilson and the head football coach at Dowling. He's coming back for his 16th season at Dowling. 164 wins, 23 losses. A guy that's won 88% of his games. And, boy, these last 10 years have been something. The Maroons have been in the state championship game 8 times, won 7 of those. And they are the 7-time defending champs. They are, they always have a lot of kids that this is their first or second start, but they got a lot of experience last year. Dowling returns on the offensive side, 3 starters, and on the defensive side, Johnny, 4 starters. And that'll be something we'll watch as the season progresses. If you're going to get Dowling early, that's about the time to get them because the season moves on, weeks 4, 5, and 6, they get really good after that.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this season is with all the COVID stuff and the off-season workouts that Dowling does their conditioning and the 6 a.m. workouts, and that's for all sports athletes, everybody is included in that. They were unable to do that this year, and kids had to work out on their own. And with a young team coming back, it's going to be interesting to see how they how they work in this environment that's
Sure.
new for them. I mean, because you only have, what would we say, 7 kids with experience coming back. So,
but a lot of kids that didn't start, who were the backups, got a lot of playing time in those second halves last year, John, that now here's their time to start, and they have, right now, as of tonight, knocked out one of their teammates to start tonight, but they'll get a lot of rotations. Then I know Coach talked about the rotation that they had last year. They got to believe in that second and third unit. It's kind of like a hockey match, and Coach Wilson does this very well. They just kind of move people through, kind of like a different line, switching through. You don't lose all your starters, but you might have a reserve in there who didn't start, and they will have that process tonight.
Yeah, this coaching staff does a tremendous job, and they will definitely have these kids ready and put them in the position to be successful, and then it'll be up to the kids how they're going to perform tonight. And I know, being around a lot of these kids for a lot of years, that they've been waiting for this moment for a long time, Mark.
Yeah,
and,
they certainly have.
It's finally here, and it's really neat to see.
It's a Dowling team that has 29 seniors. Last year's group was 33 seniors that graduated. 29 seniors are part of this group. Dowling opens up tonight here against Indianola here at 7 o'clock. We'll kick it off straight up. We have a lot of listeners that are coming down to the game, driving on Highway 65, 69, south out of Des Moines, or coming off of Highway 92 from I-35. Indianola's football field is on the east side of town. They no longer play at Simpson College. They're across the street from their high school, so if you come down here for a baseball or softball game during the season, they're right across the street from the high school. Brand new middle school, and we're right behind that, and you'll see the lights as you make your way to the Indianola Stadium. And the Maroons, of course, open up tonight against Indianola. Next week, Dowling hosts Valley at Valley Stadium. Only 1,000 people being let in. 200 Dowling fans and 800 Valley fans will be let in next week. And then Maroons travel to Johnston in week 3. That's September 11th. Week 4 is Waukee at Dowling. And the Maroons have 2 road games after that, at Roosevelt on September 25th, at Marshalltown on October 2nd. And the final home game for Dowling, final regular season game, is Fort Dodge on a Thursday night, October 8th. So that's a little bit of the Dowling 7-game regular season. Johnny, yes, 7 games, not 9. And the regular season ends on Friday, October 9th. And then the playoffs start on October 16th. 6 rounds, I'm sorry.
Yeah, everybody makes the playoffs, right,
Everybody.
Mark? Yeah.
That's right. First time ever. And that is because of COVID, and a lot of the protocols are in place. Social distancing. We are probably in real good shape with the wind blowing here tonight. We got our masks up. We're ready to go. And the fans, I think, are ready for a treat because, Johnny, we're just minutes away from playing football. And I see the coaching staff. There's 2 guys on the track right now I got to give a shout-out to. I did during the pregame. Fred Tiernan and J.R. Giersdorf do a tremendous job behind the scenes getting things ready. If you notice the Dowling helmets, Maroons with their white Ds and white helmets, well, they have that clear mask that Iowa State has kind of adopted, and it is really slick, but a lot of preparation. Fred and JR did a tremendous job assisting with that process, Johnny.
Yeah, not only that, being sure that everybody is checked in before practice, make sure they're doing all the right things as far as the COVID protocol, spraying down the balls, wiping them down, different water bottles. You're unable to fill your own or get your own drink. Everybody has to have their own water ball on top of everything else that those 2 guys do. It's just amazing. And they are the heart and soul of what goes behind the scenes with the Dowling football program.
No question about it. All right, we're going to take a break here on our pregame show. It's week 1 of the high school football season 2020. It's Dowling on the road at Indianola. First time the Maroons been down here in quite some time, well over 10 years. Dowling played Indianola back in 2014 in a playoff game, first-round game at Williams Stadium, and the Maroons defeated Indianola during that time. But it's the first time these 2 teams have played since. We'll take a break. Along with John Chido, I'm Mark Amadale. Jeff Pickett, our studio producer. When we return, I caught up with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic as Coach Wilson in his 16th year at Dowling, 28th year of coaching overall. And we had a conversation about the COVID protocol, this year's team, and tonight's opponent. All coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Pedig. The Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines, 515-440-4610, online at ashworthvision.com.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up, heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
cpcustomhomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
And welcome back to high school football tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dowling at Indianola. This game being played right behind the Indianola Middle School as the Maroons open up their high school football season. I'm now joined by head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic. Coach, hard to believe, starting your 16th year here at Dowling. And first of all, thanks for taking time to join us tonight and our listeners. For a limited crowd, I know we're going to have that a lot through this year, so we'll have more of a listening audience. But hats off to you and your staff. It's been quite an ordeal since last March when you and I had a halftime interview during the state basketball tournament, and everything closed down, everything changed. Our lives have all changed. What a world it's been since then, Coach.
Well, it has. First off, saying 16 years, I find that's incredible. The time is obviously, it's flown by, and, the past 6 months has been something, and with everything being shut down and in the athletic world, obviously all of us want our kids to be able to play, and really started by getting the spring season shut down, and then the summer season's off to a late start, but they got to play for a while, and then unfortunately for us get shut down, and here we are in the fall trying to do the best we can to keep this going as long as we can.
And the one thing I noticed, Coach, especially this summer, being involved with softball and a little bit of baseball, is the job that the coaching part has. Because instead of being the coach, X and O's, making sure they're healthy, making sure they're ready to play, game planning, you also become the sanitizer crew. And I know your staff has that. All the staffs do. I wanted to give a shout out to Fred Tiernan and to JR. They do a tremendous job. JR Giersdorf do a great job for you guys behind the scenes. But that has just become an added part of coaching responsibilities, no matter what sport, but certainly more in football due to the numbers.
Well, it has been, and really our coaches as a whole, all levels in football and our coaches in other sports, I really think that they've done a nice job, and we've worked hard at it. We've had protocol in place, and it seems a little bit of excessive, but I don't want any stone to be unturned. I've obviously learned lessons from baseball and softball, although I thought we did a really, really good job there. It just, we were, some things you can't control. And that was part of it with that. And, we've done the best we can. And I think the kids, for the most part, have done a pretty good job. We need reminders. They're not real fond of masks and football practice, but right now we've got the cyclone shields for our varsity and our sophomore that we got from Iowa State. Then we ordered some for the freshmen that will be put on this week. So we're taking every step necessary that we possibly can. The one thing we can't control is when they leave here. So that's another part of it.
This is with head coach Tom Wilson before tonight's game, Dowling and Indianola. Game being played at Indianola Middle School. Years ago, they used to play at Simpson Indianola Community Field on the campus of Simpson College. They now have their own field here at Indianola. So folks driving down, that's where we'll be behind, right across the street from the high school here at Indianola. But Tom, as we move forward, we talk about COVID and all the protocols going on, but it also has kind of made interesting states around Dowling, around Iowa and Dowling. We have a lot of kids that are moving from those states to play their final year of football. And Illinois, Minnesota, Colorado, other states shut down, and we've seen some of those kids evolve and come and move to central Iowa and the state of Iowa, and you have one of those young men. So that has got another element to all this.
Well, it is, and I think it remains to be seen how many of them are going to get a chance to play. And moving here is one thing, and doing it so you can play is another. And so it'll be interesting once games start getting played of how it all shakes out and whatnot. So, all along through that, I've talked to an awful lot of kids, but at the end of the day, we have to be loyal to the kids that we have here and that have been in our program and have worked hard. And really, we've tried to stay true to that. And I feel pretty good about what we have done. that way. We mentioned we have one that has come and fit in and done a terrific job. And so we'll see. I mean, every team is different, and I'm sure other teams are going to have different kids and whatnot. But again, that's not anything for me to worry about. I'll worry about the kids that we have.
Visiting with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic, now starting his 16th year here at Dowling, 28th overall in his career. And we'll come back and talk with the Dowling head football coach about tonight's opponent, the Indianola Indians. As it's Dowling and Indianola, live from Indianola, Mark Amadale with you tonight. And we'll be back with more pregame after these messages.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale continuing my conversation with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic as the 7-time defending champs Maroons take on Indianola in the season opener. And Coach, I don't know about Coach Kluver over at Indianola, but last year he finished his season facing Valley, got eliminated in the playoffs, and now he begins his next season, his 17th year, against you, the two teams that finished 1 and 2 in the state championship. He starts and ends the season from last year this year. That's an unusual feat.
Well, it is, and I watched the film, but honestly didn't realize that. But Coach Kluver, honestly, I think, and I've always felt, does a really, really good job. I don't know if that we've played them since about 2014, 2015, something in the playoffs. But it hasn't been a regular opponent. But typically, they don't have as many numbers as a lot of teams. They just not as big of a 4A football school as some of the teams that we've played, but I think he always does a tremendous job of getting the most out of what he does have.
Well, let's talk about the matchups tonight. We'll start with the Dowling side. Coach, on offense, you have 3 starters returning from last year. A lot of kids that are going to be starters, especially on the offensive line where you graduated everyone except your tight end. Got a lot of playing time last year. That was so important throughout the course of a 9-game regular season. Defensively, you have 4 starters returning, and, of course, some of those backups got to play a lot. So inexperience, yes. When you graduate 8 starters on offense and 7 on defense, that's a lot. But the kids work hard, and the baton just got handed off to last year's junior and sophomore classes who are now seniors and juniors this year.
Yeah, we're going to be a young football team, and as typically we don't have a lot of returning starters. Hopefully, we've had the program that's built that, our seniors are the ones that, they do their fair share of work, and they stay in our program, and eventually opportunities come their way because of that, but it's because they develop. And, this group is really no different. We're going to look different, I think, than really what we have in the past, just because, last year we had Tegan Johnson and Gavin Williams in the backfield, and then you've got 2 300-pound tackles. Well, all of those guys graduated. So the team is going to look a little bit different. But as you mentioned, our kids have worked hard. Obviously, it's been different in the pandemic world, and us not being able to get them in the weight room really as much as what we would be able to in the past. But, again, you do the best with what you've got, and our kids have done a pretty good job of working.
Coach, let's talk about the experience you have on the offensive side of the ball. You graduate quarterback last year, and you have 2 quarterbacks that are vying for the spot. They'll both play tonight. But Louis Brooks, outstanding wide receiver. He'll get his share of looks. Obviously, Andrew Lynch, who will play both sides of the ball this year, tight end and defensive end, will get a lot. But Zach Swager, he was kind of that H-back, if you will, last year, did a lot of the dirty work. He gets to start at tailback, and I'll tell you what, hats off to him. That's a young man who's really gotten better, and I know you've got a lot of confidence in him. But those are your 3 returning starters on offense, Coach.
To be honest with you, I love Zach Schwager. Last year he did all the dirty work. When he came into the program, he was a quarterback, and went from quarterback, and we thought he was going to be a linebacker. And then last year he becomes, a fullback, H-back, like you said. And we're sitting here talking in the off season. Obviously, we had plenty of time on our hands, and we start talking. And I had said to Meeks, I said, I'm not so sure Schwager can't be that guy. And as things have developed, and he's done a great job of taking care of his body and build it up, and he certainly looks the part, and I think there'll be some bumps in the road with him just because he's inexperienced carrier, but we've got Cameron Middleton that'll get some carries as well, and he's a junior. He was up with us some as a sophomore. Adam Townsend, Blake Anderson, so you can see any of those guys in the backfield.
And defensively, Coach, that's probably where you have your most experience back. You have 4 returning starters, led by one of your captains, Jack Meyer. He moves over from Rover to a Will linebacker, and he, along with the other 3 returning starters from last year, kind of that nucleus on defense, and that's where you always have hung your hat, is on defense, especially in the early part of the season where the offense points might be a little hard to come by, but defense, they've always done that very well.
You're right, and Meyer is a good building block, but Russell Pearson on the defensive line, Jalen Pettis on the defensive line. I think Pettis is going to have a monster year if he continues to do the things that we've seen in practice. I hope he's that good because we can't block him. And Pearson played an awful lot of football for us a year ago, and then Austin Klein was a starter on that championship team a year ago. So we've got some kids that have played. Deary was a special teams player a year ago. Kriegshauser was as well. Started some earlier in the year, and then he ended up having injuries and things like that, but then came back. So those guys do have experience. Boyle was a special teams guy a year ago. Blake Anderson's a junior that we're excited about, and Will Herman played quite a bit a year ago, more in a reserve role. So it's not like all of those guys are brand new. Chase Patton, I didn't mention. He was a rotational player last year as well on the defensive side. So we do feel pretty good about that. And as you said, hopefully we can be very solid there until we start figuring out really what our identity is offensively.
And finally, the matchup tonight, you talked about Coach Kluver and Indianola and how they have to do. They're probably one of the smallest 4A schools around, and they've been always, a tweener. But a lot of kids going both ways. Last count 4. They got a brand new quarterback. They have a tailback who started as a sophomore last year, Cale Kalarick, and Kalarick had over 1,000 yards rushing, 1,300 yards, all-purpose yards. I know they're going to hang their hat on him, but talk about this Indianola matchup tonight. What do you expect out of them? I know they don't have the experience on the offensive line with sophomores and juniors starting, no seniors there. Talk about that matchup.
Well, I think you said it with Kalarick. He is a really good player, and really impressed with him on film. I knew a year ago that he had his share of yards, and then, we didn't really watch him on film much because we weren't going to play him. But I think he's really good. They return, not a lot up front, as you mentioned, but yet they've got some skill guys that I think are pretty good. Their quarterback, C.J. Cool, he started in the secondary a year ago. Really nice athlete, and really we don't know wide receiver wise because most of those guys graduated. So I would imagine that they're going to start with Kalarick and try to move the ball with him, and then the mix in the pass game.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time tonight. Obviously, it's going to be a warm night here at Indianola. Could have a chance of rain, so we may be stopped if lightning becomes a factor. But it's the opening night, and we're playing for the opening night of high school football in the state of Iowa. And border states aren't playing. That's a hats off to you guys as coaches and administrators for getting this done. And hopefully we can keep it up as we plod through a 7-game regular season and then a 6-game postseason potentially.
We literally take it day by day, and hopefully there's been a lot of adjustments made. I know, my office has gotten a lot of questions. We've tried to communicate out as much. Things change almost daily. I will say in the CIML, we as ADs and schools have tried to stay consistent as possible and hopefully provide the same experience for really all of our fans throughout the CIML.
Well said, Coach, and best of luck. We look forward to catching up with you tonight at halftime and on the post-game show. Best of luck with the Maroons down here in Indianola.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Head coach Tom Wilson has been my guest here on the pregame show. Coming up, Don Chida will join me here at Indianola Stadium as we'll continue our pregame. It's Dowling and Indianola on the opening night of high school football on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Chemin is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Chemin strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Online at chemin.com.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom attire for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion. Skeffington's Formal Wear, with convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel. Listen online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
And welcome back to Indianola High School. Mark Amadale, John Chido, as we get set for high school football tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio. As Johnny, we're joined by this guy who got us a tent here. Are we advertising something over our tent, Johnny? Do you know?
It's Scigliano's on Emma. It's sponsored by Mark Scigliano.
What kind of an organization is that?
It's the best. It's the best organization you can find. Let me tell you something. If you need a tool, a device, or just somebody to help you out with anything, this is the guy to talk to.
Skiggs, thank you very much for donating your tent for tonight's game here in Warren County down in Indianola.
Oh, you're welcome. We're always here to be friendly neighbor with you.
Well, you did a great job. I got to get your mic turned down. That thing is loud. We probably won't need it because I thought we'd have a little bit of rain, and it all went through. But hats off to you behind the scenes. You do everything, not only for the neighborhood. Let's see, you got Chidos in your neighborhood. I got a Cataldo, and I'm probably a few others. We're going to have a Steingraber here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, they're moving in. It's going to be exciting. Great Dowling neighborhood we have.
How did you let that happen?
Hey, it's all Dowling in our neighborhood.
You got to love it. And you can't find a better neighbor. I can't emphasize that enough because otherwise my wife would have left me a long time ago because I would never get anything fixed around the house.
So you're the handyman guy.
You name it, we'll do it.
Along with trying to do a full-time job. I love it. Mark Scigliano, thanks for all you do behind the scenes. This guy's a pretty good DJ, too. I went to 2 or 3 of my daddy-daughter dances. He's been the DJ. They found him in the yellow pages of the phone book, if they still exist.
No.
Skiggs, thank you for donating the tent tonight.
Oh,
Appreciate
you're welcome.
Hopefully, there won't be too many more of these outdoors. But
hey, I just want to see Dowling Catholic play. That's all that matters.
This guy does a lot of work behind the scenes, folks. Coach, right?
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. He does a lot for Dowling.
Well, opening night, we got to have a true champion on. And thanks, Mark.
Thank you, guys.
Mark Scigliano, big Dowling booster, and he's here tonight. Now, Johnny, if the tent falls over, we're not going to get him back.
We're going to blame his son, Luca.
They did a great job. Well, we're about set for the kickoff here. Indianola has just made their way onto the field. Johnny, let's take a look at, we'll introduce starting lineups, first of all, for Dowling Catholic, as they probably have done the mock coin toss somewhere. They're going to do it out there in the field right now. Notice the social distancing going on with the one captain each and the referee and the head linesman out there with him.
Yeah, it's just, you notice little things like that, Marcus, are going to pop up throughout the game. Just little things are going to be a little bit different. This is one of them, obviously. Instead of having 4 or 5 kids from each school, you only have one representing your team.
Indianola will receive. Dowling deferred as the Maroons captain out there, number 62, one of the 4 captains Dowling has this year. As he was... Josh Stanfield is one of the game captains tonight.
There we go. I saw his dad, Mike, and he wanted to make sure that we mentioned him on the radios. Sure. So we start off with mentioning Josh Stanfield. How about that, Mark?
Absolutely. All right. Well, they're just about set for kickoff. We're going to take our final break and be back for the start of the first half, the first game of the season, Dowling and Indianola, along with John Chido, Mark Amadale. Our thoughts and prayers to Mr. Matt Maindring out there. He's listening tonight, and he'll be back here with us in week 3. But first, a word from the Dowling president, Dr. Dan Ryan, and, of course, a word from Father Ryan Andrew in our pregame prayer. All next here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School. Welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School football. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting football, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers tonight for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And welcome back to Indianola High School. Mark Amadale alongside John Chido as we get set for the opening kickoff. Dowling kicking off left to right towards the north end zone. It's returned by Indianola, and a nice return that time as he cuts outside, and that's their starting tailback, Cale Kolaric with a nice return outside the 40 and up to about the 46-yard line. That's where the Indianola offense will start as the Maroons kicking off first here, John Chido.
Yes, Mark. I mean, the one thing you want to do on kickoff is stay in your lane, and number 23 for Indianola got the edge there and got a nice return, and they're going to start at midfield, which is a great starting point for Indianola.
They say he went out of bounds at the Indianola 46, just underway first quarter, Dowling and Indianola here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Indians with their offense on the field. Their quarterback is C.J. Kuhl, who was a defensive back last year. Little swing pass to the right side, caught by Carter Erickson, and he gets across the 45, and there's a swing pass to the right side, gets outside the numbers, and finally wrestled down right about the 48-yard line for a gain of 2 on that.
Got the running back in space. He's able to come up and make the tackle, Mark.
All right. Indianola with a second down play from their own 48-yard line. Quarterback is Kuhl. We'll also see Brady Blake in there at times. Back to throw is Kuhl. Looks right, throws right. The pass is thrown on the far sideline. And the pass is complete. Short gain that time.
Carson Boyle on the coverage there. A nice position on the wide receiver.
And they spot the ball right at the 48-yard line. So no gain. Third down for Indianola. 3rd and 8 on their own 48-yard line. Opening drive of the night. And Indianola with the football after returning the kickoff up to the 46-yard line. That was Kolaric. We have yet to see him carry out of the backfield. Split backs in the backfield. The quarterback Kuhl rolls to his left under duress. Looks up. Now stops. Being chased and hit and drop back to the 45-yard line. Great job that time by the Maroon defense that time, Johnny Chido, as the Maroons are forced to 4th down.
Yeah, it was a nice job by the Dowling defense. Turning that play inside, did his job, right to his help. And number 30 for Dowling Catholic was in on the tackle. And bear with me, it's going to be hard starting out here trying to get good numbers. Max Deary was play.
Deary ends up getting a sack for a loss in the play. It's 4th down. Indians will punt. First punt of the year for Noah Johnston, 5'10 junior. And kick goes out of bounds, angling for the far sideline. So there'll be no return as Dowling had Louis Brooks back there on the return. Out of bounds right about the 18-yard line. That's where the Dowling offense will start 1st and 10.
Well, Dowling defense came up top there, forcing them 3 and out, especially with Indianola with good field position to start that drive, Mark. And it was defensive end and nice defensive back play. I really want to go back to that play that I think it was Carson Boyle made the play in space, able to get through that blocker. And what it could have been a big gain turned into a very minimal gain. So
the Indians now on defense. Dowling going left to right, south to north here at Indianola Stadium. Quarterback for Dowling on the first series is Jake Steingraber, and now penalty flags down immediately. Steingraber faked the handoff to his tailback. We'll set the Dowling lineup. Zach Swager is the tailback, number 45, 6-foot senior. Penalties against Indianola, they got him, mark them off 5 yards neutral zone. Neutral zone infraction, looks like. So it puts the ball up to the 23-yard line on the penalty by Indianola. Brings up 1st and 5 for Dowling. The Maroons will interchange their tight end. Jalen Thompson goes in there, number 18. He, along with Andrew Lynch, who's now on the right side. Thompson on the left. Steingraber over center. Tailback is Schwager. Two receivers right. One of them is Brooks. Handoff goes to Schwager. Right up the guy to go. First down and more. And he's up between the half marks and finally wrestled down at the Dowling 33-yard line. Get 10-yard blast up the middle.
Yeah, how about Zach Swagger? Everything is momentum going forward. He's going to be tough to bring down, and you're going to have more than one guy on him. And to be able to get his momentum going, it's going to be harder and harder to stop, Mark.
So it's 1st and 10 Dowling. Maroons on their own 33-yard line. No score. Opening drive of the night. Quarterback is Steingraber. Rolls to his right. Fires to his right. Tight end. That's Andrew Lynch. He's got a first down. And it's the foot race down the end zone. Inside the 10. Will they pull him down the end zone? Let's see. No signal yet. And they're going to say he's down at the 1-yard line. How about that for Mr. Lynch? Wasn't used a whole lot as a tight end last year, but he is sneaky good, and he has improved himself down to the 1-yard line, John Chido.
Yeah, he came across the formation, Mark, on an out pattern. It was a boot play. It's a play-action play. Steingraber rolled to his right side and was able to get the pass. Jalen Thompson with a nice block that sparked the extra gain for Lynch.
And it ends up being a 66-yard reception, and Al Dowling with the ball, and we got a stoppage by the officials. We'll have stoppages in this game for Santa.
It looks like there's an injured player, Mark, number 12.
He's the young man who made the tackle.
Yeah.
And that is Dagan Martin, the cornerback for Indianola, who was the free safety for Indianola, who had to come over and make the stop. All right, we're set. 1st and goal, Dowling. Steingraber in at quarterback. Swagger in the backfield, and Zach gets the handoff, and he pulls his way in. Touchdown, Dowling. Zach Swagger from the yard out gives the Maroons a 1-yard touchdown on their opening drive. So Dowling goes 4 plays and 82 yards on the opening drive of the season here, John.
That was great blocking up front. It's inside zone play. Zach Swagger, nice little hole to run through, and was able to get over the goal line. Andrew Lynch, what a catch and run to set that up.
He actually slipped the tackle right about the 40-yard line of Indianola, and then he had the safety to beat, and he's the one that was shaken up. Extra point now for the Maroons on the hold, as the extra point is up and no good. And that was Jake Calvert, who went 48 of 54 last year from extra points, and he missed his first one, so the score remains Dowling 6, Indianola nothing. Back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you to Tomia & Sons for your support of Dowling Catholic football. Tomia & Sons is an Italian family restaurant with old country, authentic Italian food. Enjoy the local atmosphere where you may even spot a priest. Take advantage of Tomia & Sons bocce ball court with the kids while enjoying their homemade bread, fried peppers, and real Italian desserts and more. Tomia & Sons is located on Southeast 1st Street, just south of downtown. TomiaandSons.net.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom attire for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion. Skeffington's Formal Wear, with convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
All right, right back here at Indianola Football Stadium. Mark Hemedale alongside John Chido as Dowling goes on their opening drive. 4 plays, 82 yards, capped off by Zach Swagger's 1-yard touchdown run, and the Maroons lead at 6-0 here, John Chido.
Let's see what now Indianola's coming out with the pro formation, pistol back, a little bit different than they did the first series.
Yeah, they haven't got their tailback in, and now the quarterback is running for his life. He rolls to his right, now finds some room, and he's tripped up as he crosses the 23-yard line. He finally brought down. C.J. Cool was looking downfield but couldn't find anybody open.
Max Geary with the tackle, stepped up from his linebacker position and went with the quarterback. The quarterback goes out of the pocket. Geary playing inside linebacker went with him, and he has the quarterback and was able to make the stop.
Second down, Indianola.
as the Indians on their second drive of the night. Here's Kuhl, and the first handoff goes to their tailback, Kalarick, 1,000-yard rusher, goes over the left side, and you're going to flat down shy of the first down.
Number 51 for the Maroons on the tackle was Michael Woon. He's a little offense, too, tonight, Mark, as well.
He's a two-way player.
Part of that defensive line rotation. Big hole here, defense! Big hole here!
It's third down at 3, and now
they're going to get Jalen Pettis for neutral zone.
Say a penalty flag down, and it looks like we are outside the press box here on the veranda, right in front of the press room. Very nice patio area they have on the business side. Dowling side is full.
It's a little bit different atmosphere out here, Mark. It's kind of nice.
It is.
It's not real hot. There's not much wind blowing at the time. Hopefully the rain stays away.
And that penalty will give the Indians the first down. So 1st and 10, Indianola from their own 32-yard line. Dowling leads 6-0 as the extra point was no good by the Maroons. Back to throw, C.J. Kuhl setting up a screen. The ball is tipped and nearly intercepted by the Maroons. They tried a little screen pass to Kalarick right over center, and it was tipped and knocked down by who there?
Jack Meyer. He played that screen pass nice, Mark. They set it up nice, and Jack Meyer stayed at home from his inside linebacker position and was there to deflect the pass.
All right, so it brings up 2nd and 10 here, John.
Another different look here for Indianola.
Two backs in the backfield. Kuhl out of the shotgun. Fires the ball near side. Pass is caught. Mark Pepper with the reception. The 6'1", 165-pound senior. A little square out on the near side right in front of the Dowling bench, which is in front of us here on the east side of the stadium. And they're going to mark him down as right about the 40-yard line for pickup of 3.
So it's Austin Lang on the tackle. He kept everything in front of him. It was an out pattern, as you said, Mark. And Austin came up in minimal gain after the catch. Good job by Austin.
So it brings up 3rd and a long 2 for Indianola. Split backs in the backfield with their quarterback, Kuhl. Now does a check with me with his head coach, Eric Kluver, and the Indianola staff. Tied it on the right side. Here's the snap. Kuhl, wanting it all. Throws the ball downfield. He threw it away. Incomplete. One-on-one that time. Will Shivers, the sophomore wide receiver, was going one-on-one with the Dowling defensive back over there, and that being Austin Klein.
Yeah, it's just a basic go route, Mark, and the defensive back, Carson Boyle, did a nice job pushing them to the sideline with nowhere to go, and the ball was thrown out of bounds. Another good defensive stand by the Maroons after that penalty allowed Indianola to get their first down in the game, and it worked out.
All right, to bring up 4th down for Indianola, and once again their punter will make another appearance. That being Noah Johnston. Gets the snap. Johnston, little rugby style, couple steps to his right and kicks it out of bounds again away from Louis Brooks, who lets her stop right at the 20-yard line. So that's where the Dowling offense to start 1st and 10 from their own about 18-yard line. That's where the officials are, 18, 19-yard line with 8:01 remaining. First quarter, Dowling leads Indianola 6-0. The Maroons come in ranked number 2 or 3 in the top of Class 4A, the 7-time defending champs, and Dowling defense has played very well. Dowling offense had the big play with that last drive by the touchdown. And Lynch on a 66-yard reception was a yard shy of that, making it 67 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice pitch and catch. It was a rollout play-action pass. Lynch coming across the formation. And, he had some jets, turned on the jets, and was able to get down to the 1-yard line. I'm really impressed with the Dowling defense. You know, we talked about this a little bit this week, Mark, that Dowling's defense was going to be their strength this year with more returning starters, more experience on that side of the ball. At this point, I mean, Dowling's offense with 3 plays and a touchdown, so not too shabby.
Not at all. All right. This is our one of our 2 first quarter media timeouts because of the, well, we'll take it as a media timeout, but this is the COVID timeout. So we'll keep it here. Mark Himadale, John Scheidel, Matt Maynard will join us week 3 of the high school football season. So Matt's listening as well right now, John.
Got to give a shout out to Wade Bagenstosh for giving us that promo to all the young parents that could listen to him on Iowa Catholic Radio. So say thank you to Wade for doing this, especially details for people that are unable to attend the game to listen since it's not being broadcast on a webcast.
That's right. It's game is on iowacatholicradio.com. It's also through your iPhone if you happen to have it's a free download to the Iowa Catholic Radio on the iPhone. And of course, our 3 radio stations, 1150 AM KWKY, the flagship station, along with 88.5 and 94.5, all on the FM side. As we're now out of the 2-minute break, and Dowling with the first down, 1st and 10. They're going to spot the ball right at the 19-yard line for the Maroons. This will be their second offensive possession of the year. Let's see, they rotate quarterbacks this time. Nope, they keep Steingraber in there. And handoff goes right in the middle. Take Steingraber the handoff to tailback Swagger. A couple of yards. Slotted down right about the 24-yard line. Make it almost 5 yards in that blast.
Yeah, they ran away from the receivers to the weak side. One back situation for Dowling there, and Stryker was able to get 5 yards, so Mark inside zone.
2nd and 5 for Dowling from their own 23. The Maroons going left to right. Back to throw is Steingraber over the middle. The pass is nearly intercepted. The safety for Indianola nearly had himself a pick. That's Jacob Dar. Ball hit the ground, pass incomplete. Got the Indianola defense excited, and they'll bring up 3rd down for Dowling, 3rd and 5.
We kind of saw this last night in the freshman game, how Indianola plays in a 3-4 defense. If that safety, he's basically a cover one, and he just roams the middle of the field. And there was a lot of action there. Kind of late throw in there, and was able to free safety to break on that ball. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted.
All right, 3 receivers now for Dowling to the right, 1 to the left. That is Louis Brooks. Back to throw is quarterback Steingraber, and he fires it over to Lynch. He's got the first down and with the catch at the 30-yard line and pick up the 6. And that was right inside the right hash where he made the catch for Indianola. A tackle that time by Jacob Lundberg for Indianola.
There's a flag down on the play, Mark. You'll see what this is about here. So the officials are talking it over here. Looks like he's going to pick it up.
Talking to Dowling right now. Maroons want the first down.
It can't be a legal man downfield because that ball was released pretty quick.
They've got a stoppage here. They're going to sort it out. 7:16 remaining, first quarter. Dowling leads 6-0 over Indianola. Mark Demadale, John Shido. Now it's really starting to cool off. That cold front's moving through here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Mark the time here in Indianola. 7:17 and the cold fronts move through. Overcast skies. There's probably a threat of rain, but not a tremendous amount. And hopefully, but the officials still talking over. This is their first game of the year too. So
I wonder if they're talking about if the tight end was covered. If we had a guy on the line of scrimmage and he was covered, that might be the case as well. But we'll see here. It was a nice little play. It was a little delay play.
Certainly was.
Kind of paused for a second and released. It's kind of a short little seam route.
The referee is going to walk all the way over the sideline, talk to Coach Kluber. In the meantime, I want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. You hear the Dowling fans in front of us cheering them on because the penalty now has been ruled against Indianola, and they're going to tack on a few more yards up to the 32-yard line. I also want to thank Kemen, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear.
I think they picked it up. I don't think it could come to decision. They picked it up.
Okay, so they're going to give Lynch the gain up to the 32. That's an 8-yard reception. First down, Dowling on the catch by Lynch's second of the night. Here's the snap. Steingraber, play action, fires the ball downfield over the middle. Looking for Louis Brooks at midfield, and he beat his defender that time. Got right behind C.J. Kuhl, who is the starting quarterback. You'll hear about two-way players for Indianola. And just overthrew it. Louis had it on his fingertips, couldn't reel it in.
That was an RPO play, and reading the linebacker. The linebacker came and up for run support. Steingraber pulled it, and Louis was just a hair short of making a reception with nobody in the middle of the field. He would have walked in the end zone.
2 catches for 74 yards tonight for Andrew Lynch, Dowling tight end. And now Maroons with Lynch tight end on the right. Louis Brooks split out wide right. Steingraber quarterback and Swagger in the backfield. Penalty flag's down, and we're going to get Indianola for being offside, apparently.
Start right back where we started, 1st and 10.
Officials are having a problem with their mic. They have the can hear the audio, but it was cut off, so we didn't get the official. But it's 5-yard. It's first down, Dowling. 1st and 10 Maroons from the 32-yard line. Handoff goes to Swagger, and Zach turns the right side, goes around right end, and puts his head down and gets up near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it was a stretch play to Swagger to the outside, and he was able to get the edge for a couple yards. And it was a one-back stretch play that the Dowling offense saw something in there that they called that. Stopped great play by the outside linebacker for Indianola.
3-yard gain, so it's 2nd down 7 for the Maroons. Ball on their own 35-yard line. Dowling 6, Indianola nothing. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, just about halfway through the quarter. And here's a quick pass. It's caught nicely that time. A little spin move after the catch by the Dowling receiver, Koa Thompson. Remember his brother Ty, who played here a few years ago. Koa with the first catch. His first catch of the year, up to the 40-yard line, gain of 5.
Yeah, Koa's worked hard in the offseason and has developed and he's in the starting role for Dowling his senior year, and he's Ty's younger brother, and I've seen him work in the offseason with Ty. He's done a nice job. As a stick route, was able to get in some space, a nice pitch and catch.
So 3rd and 2 now for the Maroons. Line of scrimmage is the Dowling 40. They'll bring in that blocking back in the backfield. And there's Gokenaro back there. And now here is direct snap. The handoff. Steingraber keeps it. And
I think got the spot. I think it's going to be about a yard short.
They're going to stop him about a yard short. You're right, because we're looking right down the line of scrimmage, which is about the 36-yard line. So we'll check that the 41-yard line. A gain of 1 that time by Steingraber.
Motioned the tailback out of the formation and left Gokenauer, the fullback, there for his quarterback blast is what they call it, inside run play, and it's 1 yard short of the first down.
Bill Gokenauer, number 46, the fullback. Matt Anderson, or check that, Zach Swagger, the tailback. And they take it to Gokenauer, hand up to Swagger, and he puts his head down, diving towards the first down to stack up. Indianola thinks they held, but we haven't seen the ball spotted down yet.
It's going to be pretty close, because I think Swagger's momentum might have allowed him to get that first down. We'll see here. Nope.
Didn't get it.
Didn't get it.
So Indianola holds. Zach Swagger stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain, and Indianola will take over as Dowling turns the ball over on downs at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, that was a gutsy move there for the Maroons, going forward on their side of the field there, marked for the first down, and was unable to capitalize on it. And now Indianola can have great field position starting their third possession of the ball.
Yep, Dowling 41 is where the Indians take over. 4:54 remaining here in the first quarter. So the Indians. Here's a handoff to their tailback, and blasting through there is Larry. And man had over 1,000 yards last year. And took that snap was Brady Blake, their backup quarterback, and he's got the start here in the third possession for the Indians. A young sophomore in. Blake, 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore. Famous Blake family. His dad is Pete Blake.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's not an unknown name here in the city of Indianola, is it, Mark?
Not at all.
Great family.
Valeric picked up a yard. It's 2nd and 9 for Indianola at the 40. Blake back to throw. Goes out to the right side. Pass is caught. Tried a little flanker screen. Didn't work. Caught by Trice Kurgan. And he picked up a couple yards down to the Dowling 30-yard line.
Indianola's trying a lot of different things. They're trying to get their position players or their specialty players, running back, wide receiver types, in space, Mark, with those short little passes. They tried some screen plays, stuff like that, the little bubble plays. And Dowling's done a great job shutting that down.
Right, 36 Indians. Line of scrimmage of Dowling 38. Maroons lead 6-0 under 4 minutes remaining during the first quarter. Back to throw is Brady Blake. Fires in the end zone. He overthrew his intended receiver. Incomplete. And Will Shivers, a sophomore, wide receiver. So sophomore to sophomore that time for Indianola goes incomplete.
Carson Boyle on the coverage did a nice job. The ball was a little bit overthrown, but Carson was a good position.
So it brings up 4th and 6 for Indianola, and they're going for it. Don't see the punting unit out there or where Yeah, they did send the punter out there.
Gallen's going to play defense first and foremost here, Mark, especially with what side of the field. Indianola's on Gallen's side of the field here at Hospital Stage.
All right, in the punt is Noah Johnston, stands back at midfield. He's spun away high, knuckleball type kick. Fielded by Louis Brooks at the 10, skirts out of one tackle and finally driven down. A nice tackle that time by Indianola on special teams. Jacob Dar, the gunner, knocked him down right at the 10-yard line. So Louis catches the ball in space and looked to try to make something happen.
It wasn't much space. They got to give him enough space just to catch the ball, Mark, and Louis was able to catch it and try to make something out of that, and was unable to do that. Nice defensive play by Indianola.
I want to thank Ashworth Vision, along with Dental Associates and Construction Professionals, for supporting our broadcast all season long. I want to thank Kemen, Mercy One, and Skeffington's formal wear next week, Dowling and Valley. Kickoff at 7 o'clock from Valley Stadium. Dowling will be the home team, but sitting on the visitor sideline. 200 fans will be allowed for on the visitor side, and Valley will get 800 fans. But the game will be streamed. We'll be doing the simulcast on Iowa Catholic Radio and the CISN.TV network, so we'll be simulcasting the game. And John, looking forward to Dowling Valley, but first you got to get through week one.
Got to get through week one.
For Indianola, they travel to Norwalk, the Battle of Warren County, next Friday night. Their game will also kick off at 7 o'clock. But yeah, you got to get through game one, and right now Indianola put a pretty good fight.
Yeah, they sure are, Mark. Dowling was unable to capitalize on a 4th and short play. Indianola's defense held strong and had good field position, but it's been defense tonight for the most part, other than that first drive for Dowling. Swagger to top it off with the 1-yard run. But for the most part, Downing's defense held strong, and Indianola's defense played pretty well as well. But this is only the 3rd possession for the Maroons.
That's true. All right. Out of the another COVID timeout we had, and we have Jackson Smolik in there at quarterback for Dowling. He wears number 4, 6'2", 180-pound sophomore. The handoff goes to Swagger, and Zach gets across the 10-yard line, spotting down near the 15. Finally stopping right about the 16. Nice run that time by Swagger. He had some help up front. The Dowling offensive line doing a tremendous job thus far with Jake Olson, Gabe Carey, Dominic Varelli, the left guard, Sam Gavin, and Michael One.
Yeah, they are doing a good job. And Dowling's able to have success running the football, Mark, with 2 backs with the attached tight end. And Swagger's been able to take advantage of that.
All right, the Maroons keep the ball on the ground. Swagger again gets the first down. He gets up to near the 30-yard line. Let's see if we're going to spot him right at the 24. Excuse me. So gain of 7.
Dowling, once again, using a power run play to the right side of the Dowling line, was able to get nice yardage to pick up the first down.
First and 10 Maroons, and now Dowling running a play, John. Didn't see where the originated from. It was Louis Brooks on an end around, and he had that well read.
It was a jet play to Louis, and there was nowhere to go. It seemed like everybody for Indianola just stayed where they were, and they didn't adjust to the motion, and they ran him to the sideline, and he wasn't able to cut it back.
Loss of 4 for Louis on a run. You don't see that too often. Right. He is a punt returner, kickoff returner, one of the top receivers in the state. So 3 receivers right. It's 2nd and 14 Dowling. Smolik with the pass out of the backfield, caught. And up to near the 30-yard line is the receiver, Louis Brooks. So he gets a 4-yard negative run, and now he bounces back with a catch. The route that went to the right side.
And that was Jackson Smolik's first completion for his varsity career. Kind of a bubble route. There was a 3 receiver side. 2 receivers ran the defensive backs off and was able to get Louis into space to pick up some positive yards.
3rd and 7 Maroons. Smolik back to throw. Fires the left side. Caught by Brooks, and he's hit and dropped. They had that well read. Indianola's linebacker read that very well. Jalen Smith making the stop. He's also the starting center. And Brooks goes down shy of the first down. No gain on the play. They're going to mark it to 29 for actually a gain of 1.
It was the same play to the other side, and the Riebe is an RPO, that run pass option, and the linebacker moves or breaks to the line, you're supposed to throw it. If he stays there, you're supposed to give it. That time the linebacker just stayed where he was, and the ball was thrown to Louis right into where the linebacker was.
All right, Dowling now with a fourth down, and we're going to see the Dowling punter in for the first time. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take one ourselves with 46 seconds remaining. In the first quarter, Dowling 6, Indianola nothing here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Piedig. The Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses,
Mark, can you hear me?
Testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth
Mark?
Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines. 515-440-4610. Online at ashworthvision.com.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up. Heard Mondays at 9
Mark, can you hear me?
9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business
Mark,
built
can you hear
on a
me?
strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely
Mark, can you hear me?
cpcustomhomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
Dowling goes back in the punt formation, can't get the punt off, and Jake Calvert is wrapped up inside the 20-yard line. We'll spot him down at the 17. And Indianola, with their first big play, has an opportunity here, Johnny.
I didn't know if Jake could handle the snap. I kind of looked off for a second there if the ball bounced, but it looks like he had a chance to handle the snap and just kind of lost sight of it and was able not to get a good grip. And the time he did gather himself, Indianola was right in his face. And he did the best thing he could do was smother the football and fall on it.
So with 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Indianola now in Dowling territory. They hand it off to their tailback, and right up the gut goes Polaric. He's got the first down inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line of Indianola, a 12-yard pickup. It'll be first and goal Indians.
That was all Polaric on that, Mark. He broke 6 tackles to get down to the 1-yard line. One in the interior line of the Dowling Catholic Maroons and 2 linebackers and a safety. He's a tough runner. He runs hard.
14-yard run all the way down to the 3-yard line of Dowling. So Indians knocking on the door. It's first and goal Indianola as Polaric takes it down inside the Dowling 5-yard line. Hand off Polaric, puts his head down, and he's hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got down to 2 for a yard to bring up second and goal from the Dowling 2. As Polaric was hit head-on right at the right side of the point of attack.
That was Chase Patton. He was able to get penetration there at his nose guard position and pulled Polaric up. He's big for his size as a running back and was able to allow Max Gary to come and fill and get it, no gain. Good job by the Dowling.
Come to the end of the first quarter here at Indianola, opening night of the high school football season, Dowling 6, Indianola knocking on the door, but it's 6-0 Dowling as we start the second quarter in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara
Mark,
Sheets,
can you hear me?
Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Piedig.
Mark,
the
check.
Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post.
Mark, I can hear you.
Care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines. 515-440-4610. Online at ashworthvision.com.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up. Heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
cpcustomhomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
We start the second quarter, and Dowling now on defense, and it's second and goal for Indianola. Actually, Indians now have not broke the huddle. They're going to go with the Back at quarterback, Blake, now known as a wide receiver to the right. They're going to do shotgun to Cleric. He'll go jump the pile, dives towards the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown Indianola. They do a wildcat with the quarterback split out wide right. And they snap it right to Cleric, the tailback. And he goes up and over the pile over center. Touchdown Indians. And we're tied at 6 as we start the second quarter here at Indianola Stadium, Johnny.
Yeah, looking at the film from last year, it does like to run that wildcat inside the 10-yard line. We talked about that a couple of days ago. And we have Cleric that's 6 foot, 195 pounds. He goes vertical up over the pile. It's hard to stop.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So the Indianola Indians take advantage of a muff punt on 4th down for Dowling. They go 3 plays, 17 yards. The extra point is good by Stephen Stark. It's Indianola leading Dowling 7-6 back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
So you try to when you get down there, get like around the 20-yard line, get his attention. And we're back here at Indianola Stadium. Mark Hamadale alongside John Chido. Indianola now kicking off, leading 7-6 over Dowling. High end over end kick, fielded by Brooks at the 10-yard line. And now check that, it's not Louis Brooks. This is Mac Anderson on the return. Gets across the 40 and finally driven down at the Dowling 48-yard line. So Mac Anderson and Brooks kind of switched places. They've been kicking away from Louis. And Mac on the return that time.
Yeah, that was set up by a nice return by the Dowling special teams, the up guys, with the nice, created a nice hole, a nice seam for Mac to run through, and he hit it hard and was able to capitalize it. Now Dowling starting a great field position for their fourth possession of the ball game.
First and 10 Dowling on their own 48-yard line. Noel leads 7-6, and now
Cam Middleton.
Back at tailback, Cam Middleton in the lineup, and he gets the first carry, gets a couple of yards. The 48 up near midfield. See where the referee spots him down right at the 49, so pick up a 1 will bring up second down and 9 for Dowling as Smolik still in at quarterback for the Maroons.
Yes, Smolik, Cameron Middleton at tailback, and Louis Brooks at receiver, Cohen Thompson, and Mac Anderson are going 3 receivers toward us, Mark, toward the Dowling sideline.
All right, here's Smolik. That's Jackson Smolik, the sophomore quarterback for Dowling. Here's a snap by the shotgun, fires it over the middle. And the pass is caught. That's Cohen Thompson with his second catch. He's up near first down. They'll spot forward progress inside the Indianola 45-yard line, around the 43. Let's pick up about 7-8 yards.
That's a nice route by Cohen Thompson. The free safety's playing about 15 yards off Mark, and he ran a stop pattern underneath, was able to catch it, and put a little yards after the catch there, Mark.
So the line of scrimmage is at the Indianola 43. They'll spot it. So an 8-yard reception for Cohen Thompson. Smolik on play action. Handoff goes to the tailback that time, and that is Middleton. Cam that's hit and drop right at the line of scrimmage, and will bring up 4th down and short for Dowling.
See what Dowling's decision is here. I would imagine they're going to go for it just 4th and less than a yard mark. And you definitely want to keep the momentum going here with this drive. They had a good couple plays there in a row, Mark, and kind of stalled out. But you definitely want to keep this momentum going. So Dowling can go for it on 4th and inches.
Yeah, 4th and inches from the Indianola 43. Smolik under center. I'm sorry, in the shotgun with fullback in front of him. Handoff goes to Middleton. He blasts through first down Maroons inside the 40, down to the 39 of Indianola.
That time Cameron was able to keep his feet moving, Mark, and was able to pick up the first down. And, those couple runs before, he's kind of a little hesitant in running those short plays inside, Mark. You have to go keep your feet moving to get positive yards, and he did a nice job on that play.
So Middleton, a 5'11", 215-pound junior, stays in the ball game. Still at tailback. Kokenauer at fullback, and the quarterback is Smolik. Back to throw is Smolik. Looks right side, fires it out. Caught, nice pass that time by Mac Anderson. The ball's on the ground, picked up by Louis Brooks. Down the far sideline, Louis goes.
We've seen this before, Mark.
Touchdown, Dowling. Louis Brooks picked up a fumble by Mac Anderson. Anderson had like a 20-yard gain, and then he fumbled the ball, and Louis picked it up, touchdown.
Now the officials are talking.
And this could all come back, or maybe not. It went for 39 yards and a touchdown.
They're calling a legal man downfield for Dowling. Offensive lineman.
So we can pick up the referee's call, but maybe not. They'll bring it all back. They'll bring up first down again for Dowling from their own Indianola 39. Officials now marking off the yardage and the illegal man downfield against the Maroons. So it wipes it all out.
In this RPO age, coaches, what they will do is they'll say, this team runs a lot of RPOs. Watch for the legal man downfield, and either through that gets their attention or what they're looking for, it's going to be called more often than not. But what a great sense for Louis Brooks picking that ball up, Mark, and running it in for the touchdown of his quarterback.
About 20 yards, so it's moved back, and now Smolik on play action. Handoff goes to Cameron Middleton. Some of that yardage back. It's across the 45 down to the Indianola 43-yard line.
Dowling wants to stay away from these second and long situations, third and long situations, so they need to stay away from these penalties, stay away from negative yardage on first down, Mark, and they're unable to do that this series here, and see if they can get back and move it ahead of the chains and get where they need to be.
Second and 13, they call it for the Maroons. As Smolik back to throw, fires out. He threw it just behind his intended receiver that time. And he had some room to work in space, and that was the backup tight end, Jalen Thompson. Hit him in the hands, but it kind of threw a little behind him.
I think Jalen was looking to run before he secured the football there. It was a nice route. Good combination there on the outside that pulled that linebacker away from where Jalen was. A nice throw by Jackson Smolik, and he just didn't watch it all the way in, Mark.
So Maroons will line up 3 receivers to the right. I see that. And Smolik in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. Indianola showing blitz. Smolik back to throw, fires the ball downfield. The ball is tipped. It incomplete. Nice job that time by Indianola's Jackson Borowski. Tipped the ball away from the intended receiver for Dowling Brooks. Incomplete.
He had a couple options there. The receiver he threw it to was open, Jalen Thompson. The ball just got tipped, like you said, Mark. He had a couple other options there on the outside. I think Indianola was kind of caught off guard when Dowling came out with that empty set, Mark. And I would imagine they'll go back to that because there was a lot of receivers that were open on that.
Maroons forced to punt. Jake Calvert, veteran punter from last year, will come in and stand back at his own 43, awaiting the snap from Koa Thompson. From receiver to snapper. Left-footed kick by Calvert, high end over end. Inside the 20, it bounces. And bounces laterally, and Dowling will down at the 14-yard line. That's when they start. First and 10 from their own 14-yard line. 8 minutes, 21 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And it's Dowling trailing Indianola 7-6 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Emmerdale and John Chido tonight. Johnny, I know you're going to head down to the sideline. We've got to test out our sideline. We may wait a while because obviously this is Indianola. I'll tell you what. Talking to their coach last night, Eric Kluver. Been at Indianola 17 years. He finished last year getting beat in the first round of the playoffs by the Valley Tigers at Penn Valley. So Valley finished runner-up last year, and then he starts off this year, against the number 1 team. the Dowling Maroons. How many times do you think a high school coach has ever had to go through that?
That's not something I'd be looking forward to. But how about this, Mark? They're up 7-6 right now. Defending champs.
That's right.
And I don't want to take anything away from Indianola, but Dowling shot themselves in the foot a little bit on special teams and penalties again. And that kind of was the story early on last year too, Mark. And they kind of matured and got away from that. And this is a young team, and you and Coach talked about that in pregame. And we're going to need a lot of these games to go up and find their identity. And Indianola is not shabby at all. I mean, they're a good football team with a good running back.
Not a whole lot of players over there. They list a lot of sophomores. Only bring 2 up and dress 2 tonight. But a lot of kids going both ways. I want to thank Kemen, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear for supporting our broadcast all season long of Dowling Catholic football. Indianola 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. C.J. Cool back in, quarterback for Indianola, and he throws the ball laterally left side. It's caught. And the receiver turns upfield. That's Mark Pepper. And he gets up 7-8 yards, spotting down right about the 20-yard line. The 21-yard line. He'll give him 7 yards in reception.
It was a nice catch in space and a nice run after the catch. He broke 2 tackles to get the extra yardage. And Indianola's doing a nice job and see if they can get out of their backs to the end zone here, Mark, and convert a first down.
All right, here's Cool. Handoff goes to the tailback, and that is Cale Theresa. He scored Indianola's lone touchdown and picks up a couple yards. Bring up 3rd and short. They can spot him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard of the 22-yard line. So Blair picks up a yard and bring up 3rd and 1 for the Indians on their own 21-yard line.
It's a big 3rd down play here for Indianola to just drive alive or punt to get Dowling good field position. So we'll see if Dowling's defense up for a catch here, Mark, on 3rd and short.
All right, C.J. Cool back in at quarterback. He was a starter. Handoff goes to the second man through, and that is the tailback Cale Theresa, and he picks up the first down as he crosses 25 up to the 26-yard line.
Clark does a nice job keeping his feet moving. He knows the down and distance, knows what he needs to get. He doesn't need to make a big break for a touchdown. He needs to get 2 yards, keeps his feet moving, and does a nice job. And he's hard to bring down when he's running like that, especially on 3rd and short situations.
All right, Shivers out the far right of the formation for Indianola. 2 backs in the backfield, the quarterback out of the shotgun. That's Cool. Cool looks right, fires it out, and he overthrew his intended receiver that time, Will Shivers. Along with Austin Klein on your side.
Just a little out route to the boundary, and both Will and Austin Klein were there to make the play, and the ball was a little bit thrown to the outside. If you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss. Not let the defense make a play on the football.
All right, so it's 2nd and 10, Indianola. Line of scrimmage is the 26-yard line. Cool back to throw under duress, rolls to his left, and he's hit and dropped. Sack on the play by the Dowling defense. Move the ball back near the 20-yard line. They're going to spot forward progress right around the 22-yard line, loss of 4.
We got Jalen Pettis in there on the tackle, and number 6 and 7, I would believe it's got to be Russell Pearson. Yep. Great penetration there. It was kind of a little play action. It was going to be a rollout, and they rolled right into where Dowling's deep interior line was slanted to, and the outside pushes come from the linebackers. So good call by Coach Bosman on that.
3rd and 14 for Indianola. Scrimmage 22. A Cool back to throw, fires out. And a little flanking screen caught by Carter Erickson. He's hit and dropped right at the 20-yard line. He'll actually lose 2 yards of the play to bring up 4th down and 16 for the Indians.
Jalen Pettis, another nice play by him, playing his defensive line position. Screen play set up. He saw it coming. He stayed at home. And right when the receiver caught it, he was there to make the play.
All right, Noah Johnston in the punt for Indianola. He'll stand back right around his 5-yard line. That front 4 for Dowling doing a great job. Jalen Pettis, Chase Patton, Russell Pearson, Michael One, 2-way player for Dowling. Now here's a punt by Johnston, high, short kick, land right about the 50-yard line. Takes a Indianola, bounce, and now Louis picks it up, and he's hit and drop, fumbled it, and he picked it up, and he'll be down right at the 41-yard line. So Dowling will start 1st and 10 from their own 41.
It's a little bit different than last year. Louis is a little bit more aggressive, wanting to make a play on that football, and he was he was lucky that ball, when it bounced off his fingers, it bounced right back up into him. Otherwise, he would have went to Indianola.
1st and 10 now, Maroons on their own 41-yard line. Let's see, they got Steingraber back in, the quarterback for Dowling.
We're going to go that two-back set here. It's get a lot of swagger in the football.
All right, and Steingraber hands off to Swagger. And Zach hit and dropped in the backfield, spun around and finally falls forward and got back to the 40. He'll lose a yard.
Great play by the defensive end from Indianola. He rushed up in there, and Zach wanted to kick it out, and he kicked it right into where the defensive end was going, and ran himself out of room there.
All right, the Maroons with 3 receivers left. Swagger in the backfield, and Jake English now in at quarterback, number 13 for the Maroons. They might have a special package here for him. Here's the snap. English looks left, fires it out. It's caught. Near side, that is Cole Thompson. Takes a tackle down the near sideline. Cole inside, and finally steps out of bounds at the Indianola 31-yard line. Hey, you bring in the third-string quarterback, and English little swing pass to the left.
Yeah, great job by Jake English. That's a replay mark, too. When you have the numbers on the outside, when you have 3 guys blocking 2 guys, which Dowling did there, you're gonna throw the football. That's exactly what he did. Cole Thompson on a little bubble route. Otherwise, he's going to keep it and run with the football. So great job by Jake English reading that, and good catch and run by Cole Thompson.
Thompson, a gain of 29 yards, first down Dowling at the 31 of Indianola, 4.5 minutes remaining. And back to throw. Steingraber back in, fires over the middle, caught. And we're first down. Let's see. He played fully dead, and I think Dowling did pick up the first down. They got inside the 20-yard line on the catch.
As Jalen Thompson on the play, and we're seeing a lot more throws to the tight ends tonight than we probably had in maybe 4 or 5 seasons, Mark. They got 2 good ones with Andrew with Lynch and Jalen Thompson, the sophomore.
13-yard catch by Jalen Thompson, the second tight end, as he and Andrew Lynch, who has a couple catches tonight for 74 yards for Lynch. Is Steingraber on play action to give the Swagger right up the gut over the left side, breaks the tackle and finally hit and drops. As he approaches the 10-yard line, to pick up the first down.
A nice run by Zach Swagger. Little jet motion, and it's a counter back to the weak side, and you know, defense is going to shift. They got to honor Louis Brooks, who's running that jet sweep motion, and they're able to come back with a counter play to the weak side.
7-yard gain. He's up 2nd and 3 Dowling on Indianola 11. 3:40 remaining. Now we got a timeout called by Dowling. So we'll take a 1-minute break and return from Indianola Stadium. Opening night of high school football. It's Indianola 7, Dowling 6. 3:41 remaining in the first half. Here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. With over 40 years' experience, Dental Associates is a group dental practice with the mission of promoting optimum health and well-being to all patients, providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry for the entire family. Message underwritten by Dr. Kenton Gleichman, Dr. Steve Karbaka, Dr. Christine Mulcahy, and Dr. Ben Nagel. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. Online at DesMoines-DentalAssociates.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Chemin is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Chemin strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Online at chemin.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel. Listen online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Stadium, Dowling now threatening his move with a 2nd down and 3 from the Indianola 11-yard line. Steingraber in a quarterback, high snap. Ryan Fick gets the ball and he hands it off to the Dowling tailback that time. Let's see if they lose somebody there. Steingraber who got the handoff.
Yeah, Swagger.
Josh, so ball, no gain, so it stays at the 11-yard line. third down and 2 for the Maroons. Move it down to the 10-yard line. John Graber, quarterback, out of the shotgun. Gives to the left side, and that's Zach Squatter. He's down right at the 10. Bring up fourth down, so no gain in the play.
At 4th and 2, they're not getting, the offensive line's not getting any movement up front there in these last 2 run plays. Indianola is doing a nice job with their interior defensive linemen and allowing those linebackers to shoot the gaps and giving nowhere for Dowling to run.
Timeout called by Dowling. So we'll keep it here with 4th and 2 coming up for the Maroons from the Indianola 10-yard line. Our score, Dowling. 76 Indianola here on the overcast night. It's cold front. They talked about having a little bit of rain tonight, but the cold front moved through, brought it up, cooled off a little bit, still humid. Here we have Indianola. We look at their roster, 4 players going, 4 starters going both ways in offense and defense, hanging right in there in this first half.
Yeah, looking at explosive play from Andrew Lynch. We really haven't seen much explosiveness from either side of the offensive side of the football. Credit both defenses how they played tonight, Mark. Penalties have been a story for Dowling. Now this drive, they've been limited with their penalties, and they've had a nice drive here going. Now it's a 4th down situation. They got to finish this drive, otherwise they're going to find themselves trailing at halftime.
I want to thank Ashworth Vision Clinic along with construction professionals and dental associates in the Bozen Red Zone. Proud supporter of Dowling Catholic football. Say more with Bozen. 515-244-ROSE. That's 515-244-7673. Bozen makes the moment more. Maroons going for it. 4th and 2 from the 10-yard line. Big Steigengraber in there and quarterback for Dowling. And now timeout called by Indianola. It's a little cat and mouse here. Coach Kluver and the Indians have used their final timeout. But Dowling has 2 remaining. So a little cat and mouse here.
Yeah, Dowling came out with 3 receivers to one side. Kind of had Indianola kind of undecided what they're going to do defensively. I think they're expecting to run and not knowing whether they should spread themselves out and cover the receivers on the outside. We had 3 receivers outside for Dowling to the right of the formation. Waddle with 2 Indianola defensive players. Stay inside. So Indianola decided to look at this one.
To bring out Jake Calvert, who was 3 for 3 last year in field goal. Kick it from the left half. Steingraber will hold. Mine Calvert is a left-footed kicker. Long snapper is Cole Thompson. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt by Calvert. With 2:43 remaining in the half. 7-6 Indianola, they lead. Dowling trying to take the lead back. Calvert shoots the ball through, and a good snap, and it's good.
That's a good kick by Jake Calvert. Not bad. He's confident in this extra point, and that one was a little bit bigger in the situation, being down 7-6. So good job out of Jake.
2:39 remaining in the first half, and Jake Calvert, the Dowling senior, with a 27-yard field goal that is good. Dowling takes the lead 9-7, and we'll take a break here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you to Me & Sons for your support of Dowling Catholic football. To Me & Sons is an Italian
Mark, can you hear me?
restaurant with old country, authentic Italian food. Enjoy the local
Mark, are you there?
where you may even spot a priest. Take advantage of To Me & Sons bocce ball court with the kids while enjoying their homemade bread, fried peppers, and real Italian desserts and more.
Mark.
To Me & Sons is located on Southeast 1st Street, just south of downtown. ToMeAndSons.com.
Mark.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business
Mark.
since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and
Mark.
selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom attire for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion. Skeffington's Formal Wear, with convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
All right, back here at Indianola Football Stadium, behind their brand new middle school of a few years. Mark Amadil and John Chido. Kickoff by Dowling. Maroons lead it 9-7. Picked up by one of the upbacks of the Indians. He stacked as he crosses 35, right down to the 37-yard line. The Indians return, that is number 35, Trenton Nicholson on the return, and the Indians will have it 1st and 10. So let's try to recap scoring here. The Indians got it started with a 4-play, 82-yard opening drive. Zach Squager took it in from a yard out. Extra point was no good. Dowling led 6-0 over Indianola at the 9.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Indians come back, started the second quarter, first play of the second quarter. Their tailback, Dale Fleury, took it in from 2 yards out. And the extra point was good by Stephen Stark. And Indianola led 7-6 and stayed that way until the Maroons just had a drive stall out at the Indianola 10. And then Jake Calvert came in, kicked a 27-yard field goal. And gives the Maroons a 9-6 lead. That capped off a 6-play, 59-yard drive. 9-6, Dowling leading Indianola. 2:33 remaining here in the second quarter. John Chido is Indianola now with a first down, and now we've got the mandatory COVID break. We have a timeout on the field.
They're setting the ball back down like they're going to re-kick the football here, Mark.
All sorts of penalty on the play. So, both teams, special teams, are huddling, and now Dowling will re-kick from the 45.
Didn't get a call or nothing. It didn't seem like they were huddling up talking about anything, Mark. So now he's backing it up to the original spot.
Yeah, keep in mind the officials are mic'd up a bit. The mic is not working. Typical first game malfunctions. We did some with our broadcast tonight, and now the officials. So we have no idea. They backed the ball out, but Dowling will kick off from the 35.
Yeah, it's kind of a third ball here. We're going to start it all over again, Mark. And play clock is back to 2:33. We're going to re-kick it.
I guess so. And our halftime guest is Jared Herring, the head boys track coach at Dowling. The Maroons now will re-kick it from the 35-yard line. Ready to play signal from the officials.
Definitely don't want to kick Polaric.
No question about it. High end-over-end kick, and Polaric fields it inside the 10, works his way right, and finally tripped up as he crosses the 15-yard line. Nice kickoff that time by the Maroons, and that was Diego Leon who's been handling the kickoff duties.
Well, it was a nice kick, and you don't want to listen to me. That's why I'm up here with you. Because
kicked it right to him.
Kicked it right to him, and it was nice coverage by the kickoff team for them.
Andrew's back in week 3, huh? Well, he'll be all right. It will be all right. First down, Indianola, line of scrimmage to 17-yard line.
Comes out with the two receivers, one side, one receiver, the other with Polaric going back in the backfield. And here we have another penalty.
Procedure call against Indianola. That'll back them up.
The two guys in motion there, Mark. Just going to set them back 5 yards. And with 2:33 left in the first half, if Dowling can force Indianola to go 3 and out, they would get good field position with another chance to put points on the board. So, see if Indianola is going to be aggressive or they're going to be a little bit conservative.
Right, the Indianola quarterback this time is C.J. Cool. We've seen Brady Blake in there at times. Cool on a handoff. Blair carries on the right side, and he's hit and dropped. Short game.
Max Deary and Austin Klein on the tackle. Nice job. There's a run play to the boundary. There's a great job by Deary in the linebacker position to come up and make the initial contact and allow Austin Klein and Carson Boyle out there.
All right. Cool now with 2 receivers to the right. 6'2", 170-pound senior. Give is to the fullback. Clock is stopped. 47 remaining. Dowling will use a timeout.
Dowling puts Indianola in a third and long situation, exactly what the defense needed to do there, Mark. And if I'm guessing what Indianola will do here is they're not going to take a shot at an interception, something like that, maybe get some of this yardage back so they can have their punter get the ball and kind of flip field position here. I wouldn't imagine they're going to get too aggressive. We'll see. Dowling defensive line has done a great job. It helps having that experienced back with Russell Pearson and Jalen Pettis and Chase Patton and Jack Meyer in his linebacker position. But, Dowling defense has been pretty strong this game. They blocked punt that pushed them in a short situation.
Jalen Pettis, a junior. Chase Patton, a junior. Those are the defensive tackle and nose guards. Russell Pearson, the senior. Defensive lineman, and you have the linebackers, Michael One, Will Herman, Max Derry, Jack Meyer, and Carson Kriegshauser, the rover, and the cornerbacks, Carson Boyle and Austin Klein. The free safety this year, Blake Anderson. That's the Dowling defense. Starting tonight. We get into the rotations. So it's 3rd and 17, Indianola. On their own 13-yard line. Blair tries to gobble up some time. But Dowling will have to bring the final timeout. Force a 4th down for Indianola. We're shy of the first down. We're going to spot his forward progress right near the 20, so he picked up 7. Bring up 4th down. We'll keep it here.
Dowling is very camping too. Kind of look, keep everything in front of you. Don't give up the big plays. Allowed to give up a little bit of yardage, but keep them well enough short. Get the first down. You did exactly what they did. Now they come away to the target and themselves in the field position and have a possibility of putting some more points on the board before halftime.
Take a look at the Class 4A top 10 in the preseason. First poll that came out earlier this week. Valley, number 1 team. They take on Roosevelt tonight. Dowling is ranked number 2. Ankeny hosting Ankeny Centennial, the Battle of Ankeny tonight. Ankeny Hawks at 3rd. Cedar Falls comes in at number 4. Southeast Polk hosting number 9 Waukee tonight. Polk is 5. Bettendorf is number 6. Rapids Kennedy is 7th. And it's the CIML schools. Ankeny Centennial is 8th. Waukee 9th. And Urbandale hosting Johnson tonight comes in at number 10. Preseason top 10 in Class 4A. Of course, keep in mind the regular season this year is only 7 games.
7 games.
The postseason is 6 games.
Everybody makes the playoffs.
Everybody's in the playoffs. Haven't seen that in quite some time. All right, 4th down for Indianola. Bring your punter in. That is Noah Johnston. He gets it away. It's a high and never-end kick. Fielded by Brooks at the 45. And Louis spins out of a tackle across midfield. Indianola 49-yard line. Dowling now with 1.5 minutes remaining. And no timeouts for their offense to attack on another score at the Indianola 48-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Louis being able to catch that football first and foremost. Not letting it bounce on the ground and lose extra yardage. He did a nice job stepping up and making that catch and able to allow Dowling to start on Indianola 48.
Waukee and Southeast Polk tied at 7 in the first half, and Ankeny leading Centennial 21-6 in the Battle of Ankeny. First down, Dowling. He's been rotating quarterbacks as well throughout the night. Steingraber back in there, fires it near side, and pass is thrown straight to behind. Mac Anderson, he was slant route from the left side. He was behind Mac and couldn't get to it.
Yeah, Indianola was giving Dowling cushion, and it was a nice route by Mac Anderson to run underneath the defensive back. The ball was thrown just a little bit behind him. If you would have let him just a little bit, he would have made a nice little catch and potential yards after the catch there. So a little bit of a misfield, but Dowling goes with 3 receivers on one side and a receiver to the far side.
3 to the right. So Steingraber will keep the football. Follows his offensive line and blocking downfield. Good job up front. And Steingraber finally dropped it to 45, but the clock continues to run. Sam Gavin, Dominic Borelli, Jake Olson the center, Dave Perry the right guard, and Michael One the right tackle. Front, Lynch and Thompson, the tight ends for Dowling. Third down for Dowling. 3rd and 6 for Dowling on Steingraber's carry.
Great job by Jake being able to get positive yardage in the 3rd and manager situation. The clock does stop on 1st down.
So, gain 4 in that last possession. 3rd and 6, 45 seconds remaining in the half. Dowling leading 9-7. And back to throw is Steingraber being chased, fires it out of the backfield. The pass is caught and then dropped by the receiver that time for Dowling. Incomplete. And that was the
51. That would have been
tight end, Michael 1. Tackle eligible.
Yes, he was covered there. There's a flag on the play.
It's a right tackle for Dowling, Michael 1. He also plays defensive end. He's a two-way starter for the Marines. We'll get this all sorted out.
Touching or what the call is here, but it is on Dowling.
Move it back to midfield, so it'll be a loss in the play for Dowling.
It was a roll-off pass, and Jake rolled right into where the blitz was coming and had to get rid of the football. I wonder if he threw it, and Michael 1 was out there to block for the Dowling receiver and just happened to touch the football.
Ineligible receiver.
Yeah.
So it's 4th down for Dowling. They'll bring in the punting unit. 4th and 11. 38 seconds remaining in the half. Calvert in the punt for Dowling. The left footer stands back at his own 35-yard line. Come to flag down.
5 more yards. Dowling moves.
Procedure call against the Maroons. Getting very sloppy. Maybe we shouldn't send you down here, Coach Wilson, here at halftime. We'll save that. The battery's out in the microphone. Yeah, well, that's
right.
Oh, my.
It reminds me of the Ankeny Centennial game about 4 or 5 years ago when Dowling was down 17 and a half. And it was my first time interviewing Coach Wilson.
Went well. Calvert gets it away on a punt. Fair catch signal for it. Bounces inside the 10, and Dowling has an opportunity here to down inside. Deep inside the 10-yard line. They'll spot it down at the 7. So Indianola will start 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line. 26 seconds remaining in the first half. And we will take probably a 2-minute break. We'll get some things lined up here at our broadcast. We are out on the veranda here. Nice patio right in front of the concession stand here at Indianola as we are outside. Dowling fans have packed the bleachers over here. Of course, the bleachers are only at best 6 deep. But they go all the way from goal line to goal line, John. So a nice night. Beautiful night. Social distance across from us. And about a good group.
Nice place to stand and be able to do that. So it fits right in well.
Indians now will take a knee, and that'll end the first half with the score. Dowling leading Indianola 9-7 here at the Indianola Football Stadium, along with John Chido. Mark Amadale will take a 2-minute break and maybe more here at halftime. You're listening to Dowling Catholic Football on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Piedig. The Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines, 515-440-4610, online at ashworthvision.com.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up, heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
cpcustomhomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. With over 40 years' experience, Dental Associates is a group dental practice with the mission of promoting optimum health and well-being to all patients, providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry for the entire family. Message underwritten by Dr. Kenton Gleichman, Dr. Steve Karbaka, Dr. Christine Mulcahy, and Dr. Ben Nagel. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. Online at Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Chemin is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Chemin strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Online at chemin.com.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom attire for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion. Skeffington's Formal Wear, with convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel. Listen online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
I got you, you got me? Good, just like we started. Anytime you're ready, we'll come back. It's hot, but I'll manage it. That's fine, I got about 30 left in this fight song, then I'm going to have to kick something else on. Alright, 10 seconds. Go.
And welcome back to Indianola High School. Mark Amadale alongside John Shido as we are at halftime, as Dowling leading Indianola 9-6 here at halftime. Mark Amadale, John Shido, and joined now by the Dowling track coach. Coach, I'll tell you what, we didn't have much of a season. We thank you for being down here. I know when we talked earlier, or I talked to Coach O'Connor last night, and I said, hey, you got to find a halftime guest. I was going to interview the principal, Matt Mandering. Well, he's out of commission for a few weeks. He'll be here in a few weeks. So I said, he said, Coach Herring, boys track, get him on. I said, what, talk you and I football, you and I track and field, where you were All-American, I think, But, hey, you're the Dowling boys track coach. Welcome, Coach. Thanks for joining us. I know it wasn't much of a season. We were just talking off air, but glad to have you. And talk about this unusual season that you had.
Yeah, so it was really unique. Obviously, we started off in mid-February with a regular season, planning on, making it to the state meet and doing what we could do. And, around spring break, obviously, we weren't able to finish that.
Right.
Went home for spring break, and they told us, we'd be back an extra week after spring break, and we get back to practice. And so, our kids are resilient, and, we just preached, when adversity comes, you do the best that you can, and you continue to work. And so I think we tried to make the best of a bad situation.
Well, Coach Herring, I know it was difficult, but this is what, year number?
This is year 3.
3 for you. I know we talked at the one state basketball tournaments a few years ago, and you were just getting into your first practices. And talk about the transition. You were coaching at Hoover at one time. Once you graduated UNI, you were at Hoover, but coming over to Dowling. And my partner, I don't know if he's just doing this just to, make sure, he likes you, but John Shido had both his kids go through, and they just love you as a coach. So talk about that. It's got to be interesting being over at Dowling, changing schools.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I've loved my experience so far here at Dowling. We have great kids, and they work really hard, and they're very appreciative of us as coaches and what we're bringing to the table. And, not that they have to, but it's always just brightens your day after practice when kids are thanking you for taking the time to invest in them. And, they really appreciate what we do. And so it's been fun.
Well, let's talk about the season that wasn't.
Yep.
And as you mentioned a little bit, you got started and then you got stopped, and that had to be very difficult. I know a lot of coaches, whether it be the college, the high school, had to tell their kids, hey, our season has been interrupted. Don't know, we're going to resume it in a week, 2 weeks, end up being months, and we're still in the COVID pandemic. But that'd be very difficult for the boys track team. I know you coach with Coach Perriott, who's the girls coach. It'd be very difficult with these athletes because some of these kids, they aren't multi-sport athletes. They're, they like track. That's their sport, and it was cut short.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway was just that it forced everyone, whether you're in sports or not, just to get back to the basics, and, I think we had to focus on our faith. When you're in the season of the unknown and you don't know what's coming, when we'll compete again, it's just, you trust in God's plan. You do your best to be prepared when your time comes, but if it doesn't come, you know that, it's out of your hands, but you don't stop working hard. And I think, having a moment to slow down, obviously we didn't want to be without the season, but having the moment to slow down did have some positives, I think. Kids really stepped up and started to own their own training, and they did those things to prepare themselves. The guys will come back for next year.
We're speaking with Jared Herring. He is the third-year Dowling head boys track coach. Visited with us tonight at halftime from Indianola. Dowling leading 9-7 over Indianola at halftime of the football game. And Coach Herring, let's talk about what in spring track, and hopefully that'll happen once we get through the winter, and who knows what's going to happen. But talk about some of the things you're looking forward to. Some of these athletes might be out here tonight. Some of them might be working the off season or running another sport. But talk about what you're going to be most interested in this track season, relay wise and individual wise.
Yeah, we're really excited just to see the jump that these guys take. We kind of said like our freshmen from last year, it'll almost be like we have 2 sets of freshmen. So we're getting to know 2 different groups. Because we haven't seen them much. But really excited about our junior class, our senior class, and like you said, plenty of the guys are out on the football field tonight, practicing hard. Russell Pearson, Louis Brooks, a lot of the key names on the football team are guys who are really good leaders for our track team, and so we love multi-sport athletes, and when they succeed in football, it only helps us in the future.
How about for that Anderson crew? We got about 3 Andersons out there, and they make up any of those relay teams for you? That has to be interesting.
Yeah, I know they like to have some banner about who's the fastest and who's the most athletic.
Thought so, yeah.
They're all pretty good in their own right, so we'll be excited to see how it pans out.
All right, well, hopefully there will be a season. But what's going on in the off season? I know a lot of kids, as you mentioned, some are multi-sport athletes, but some of the kids that are track only. What do you have set in place in the off season? Obviously, it's non-contact time, but I'm sure they have an off-season program that they're working out.
Yeah, really, with this year of uncertainty, we've honestly pushed even more kids who are just track only to go and try something else because, like you said, the spring isn't promised. But for those guys who are not in a fall sport or won't be in a winter sport, we'll start our off-season things here in a few weeks once they've got kind of school under their belt. And a lot of that's led by the upperclassmen kids. We want them to be focused in when it's our season, and so we allow them to kind of take the reins on those things in the off-season.
All right, well, Coach, hopefully this will continue. Talk about your experience at Dowling. Understand you work with Coach Bossum in that office. Now, that has to be interesting. You know he's from Marshalltown.
I do.
Now, don't hold that against me, all right, please. I know you're from Burlington,
yep.
But he really is a good guy, and we get to go up to Marshalltown towards the end of the year, and he said he'd take us to all the spots that he, grew up in. And I said, I don't know if we want that tour, but talk about working with Coach Bossum at Dowling.
Yeah, Coach Bossum is a great guy. I really enjoy working in the office because we connect on a lot of levels. We do butt heads a little bit. He's a defensive guy, and I played receiver, so I'm an offensive guy, and he likes to say that we're soft, and I like to say that they make a lot of excuses when they get beat. But he's really just genuine, and any conversation you have, you can always just know that his heart and his passion for our kids at Dowling is there. So he's great.
And what is your title at Dowling, Coach?
I'm a student sports specialist.
Okay.
Yep.
So you really got to keep an eye on Bossum. I understand. That's pretty good. Offense, defense. That really keeps him going.
Yeah.
We had a little side, I wouldn't call it a side bet, a side challenge tonight, he and I. The Indianola tailback would, get over 100 yards. I took the over. I said, that's our young team, 7 in a row. Well, that Indianola quarterback, 9 carries, 35 yards. So I'm not doing very well.
You're not.
He takes that to heart. Is he kind of non-competitive? He appears that way, but he really isn't.
He's an ex-math teacher, so he's a numbers guy, and he likes to do his calculations and have a plan, and he gets a little irritated when those don't work out.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you spending time here with us tonight. I know you're in charge of you and Coach OC are in charge of crowd control here. How are they doing? How's the fans doing?
The fans are doing well. Our kids are doing well. They understand that this may be the last time that they get to see a game this year in person, and so
that's unfortunate.
They're grateful, and they're doing the best they can.
All right. Well, Jared, we appreciate you stopping by. Best of luck with Dowling boys track in the spring. Hopefully that'll take place. But, they talk about moving sports. Now, that hasn't happened yet, but they could move other sports around. How would that affect the track season this year if other sports got pushed back to the spring?
Yeah, I think we already have competition with soccer, and we have competition as basketball becomes more of a AAU or travel sport. We have competition there, and so I don't think it would be good. You don't have many kids who track is their favorite sport. They see it as an enhancer to their other sports,
sure.
But we'd like to not have that competition where we can really develop kids and not split them other ways in our season.
Well, you and Coach Kelly Perry out, the girls track coach at Dowling, do a great job, and I hear a bunch of positive things not only from the kids but the parents. Usually you don't get that back to back. Usually it's one or the other. Hats off to all you guys do. Hopefully there'll be a season this spring. And thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
And keeping the crowd control at best. I love that. We got the little tent here. Like that.
Yeah.
We got them all back. No, they're doing great. Coach Herring, thank you.
Thank you.
That's Jared Herring, the Dowling boys track coach. And before we send it for a break, we got to go through the stats because Coach Seifert wants his iPad back. So let's take a look at the stats in the first half. Dowling leading Indianola 9-7. Mark Amadale with you. John Chido somewhere here in the on the grounds. Total offense for Dowling, 173 yards at halftime. Indianola, 48. The Maroons, 136 yards in the air, 37 on the ground. Indianola, 15 yards in the air and 33 yards on the ground. Dowling penalized 4 times for 20 yards. Indianola 3 times for 15 yards. There have been no turnovers in the first half. Dowling had 8 first downs. Indianola 4. Quarterback was, Dowling had 3 quarterbacks in. Jake Steingraber got the start. 4 out of 6 passing, 89 yards. Jackson Smollett came in, 3 of 5 passing for 17 yards. And Jake English came in for a play, 1 for 1 for 30 yards. For Indianola, their starter was C.J. Kuhl. He went 5 out of 9 passing for 13 yards. And the backup, Brady Blake, came in 1 for 2 for 2 yards in the contest. Leading rusher for Dowling, Zach Swager, 11 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Cam Middleton, 4 carries for 6 yards, and quarterback Steingraber and English, and all with 1 carry each. Louis Brooks, 1 carry for -4 yards. For Indianola, as I mentioned, their leading running back is Cale Kolaric, 9 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown in the first half. And quarterback Kuhl, 2 carries for -2 yards. Leading receiver for Dowling, Andrew Lynch, 2 catches for 72 yards. Koa Thompson, 3 catches for 43 yards. Jalen Thompson, the Dowling tight end, 1 catch for 12 yards. And Louis Brooks, 2 catches for 9 yards. For Indianola, their leading receiver is Mark Pepper, 1 catch for 8 yards. Kolaric, 1 catch for 7 yards. And Trice Kurgan, 1 catch for 2 yards. So that's a look at the first half stats here in the first half. Dowling leading 9-7. We'll take a break and come back with the start of the second half. John Chido will rejoin me from Indianola Football Stadium here on a beautiful night as the cold fronts move through. It's chilled, or it's cooled down a little bit. The wind very manageable, and Dowling leads 9-7 over the Indians here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you to Tomia & Sons for your support of Dowling Catholic football. Tomia & Sons is an Italian family restaurant with old country, authentic
Sounds
Italian
like we're squared away.
Enjoy the local atmosphere where you may even spot a priest. Take advantage of Tomia & Sons bocce ball court with the kids while enjoying their homemade bread, fried peppers, and real Italian desserts
still there?
and more. Tomia & Sons is located on Southeast 1st Street, just south of downtown. TomiaandSons.net.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom
Mark,
attire
you there?
for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion.
I just want to make sure.
With convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at Indianola Football Stadium. Mark Hemedale, John Chido. Usually when you come to these places, they have a name, Chido Stadium or things like that. And we don't have that here tonight, Johnny. It's Indianola Football Stadium on the opening night of high school football. Low scoring first half, 9-7 Dowling.
Yeah. Typically in these first ball games, you're going to see a lot of mental mistakes with penalties, things in that nature, and it's typically a defensive ball game, and we're seeing that tonight. And both teams defensively are playing well. Offensively, it's been a struggle, Mark, and both teams playing behind the chains with penalties and third and long situations, stuff like that. And when they do start getting drives going with a little bit of momentum, and they kind of shoot themselves in the foot. And that's kind of been the story of the first half. It's not been a pretty offensive first half for either team. It's been a defensive ball game, obviously, with the score 9-7.
It certainly has. And if you joined us late, Dowling got started with their scoring. Zach Swager, a 1-yard carry for the Maroons' first score. Extra point was no good by Calvert. 6-0 Dowling as the Maroons went 4 plays, 82 yards on their opening possession, and they led 6-0 with 9:49 remaining in the first quarter. And in the very first play of the second quarter, Indianola caps off a 3-play, 17-yard drive that started deep in the Indians' territory after Dowling on fourth down. Punt was muffed, and Calvert had to eat the sack, and Indianola went 3 plays, 17 yards, capped off by Kolaric with his first touchdown of the season on a 2-yard run, and the extra point was good, 7-6 Indians. And it stayed that way till 2:39 remained in the second quarter, and Jake Calvert came in, kicked a 27-yard field goal for Dowling, capping off a 6-play, 59-yard drive, and that is our score, 9-6 Maroons, as both teams back on the field to start the second half. And I believe Indianola
Dowling will receive because Dowling kicked off the first half, and
that is there. You're right. Indianola will kick off. Dowling will receive, and teams right out there going through their pregame. And of course, we had several stoppages in the first half. They're called basically the COVID stoppages. They stop to sanitize, make sure the balls are sanitized, the players are sanitized, and it takes 2 minutes. And we had that go quite well. And it'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made here at halftime, Mr. Chido. As we know, as we had Coach Herring on, the boys track coach, he spoke very highly of the Chido family, by the way.
That's a first.
He said, is that the dad? I said, no, not really. Kristen's the mom, and that's who you want to talk to.
Yeah, he's right about that. I'll definitely give her props.
But he said, yeah, he works with Boston. They go back and forth, offense, defense, because Coach Herring was one heck of an athlete at UNI, track and in football back in, he graduated 2010 or so, and all conference. He was quite the athlete. Of course, he goes back and forth with Boston. They work together. Grant's more of a defensive type player, and they got pretty lively there with, I'm sure, with Grant and Jarrett.
Well, I'm sure, and Grant is a guru when it comes to defense.
Yes, he is.
He really spends a lot of time and preparing the team for the upcoming games, and that whole defense staff does a fantastic job. But you're right, Mark, touching back on one thing. Adjustments has been a great thing for Dowling in the past. It's led to 7 in a row for state titles. So they've always done the right things at halftime to make adjustments, and we'll see what they dial up tonight.
All right, I was going to run down a few scores here as set to kick off is Stephen Stark for Indianola. Last report, Waukee leading 10-7 over Southeast Polk tonight. 28-6, Ankeny leading Centennial. So those are two CIML scores, and the kick is kicked out of bounds. So Stephen Stark, the 5'6", 135-pound junior, kicks it out of bounds, and I think Dowling will take it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Well, let's see what kind of look they're going to get from the offensive side of the ball. If they're going to spread Indianola out a little bit, try to get this passing game going, or they're going to try to go more of a two-back set again and get Swagger running a little bit more inside zone. We'll see. The RPO game hasn't really clicked yet, and we haven't seen that big play other than going back to Andrew Lynch with that one catch, and that's been most of the majority of the yards for Dowling's offense. And
yep, that was the third play from scrimmage for Dowling. Lynch on a 66-yard reception outran the corner and then ran out of bounds at the safety at the 1 or 2 yard line, and that's been the big play. We haven't heard from Lynch since that play, really. I think he caught a pass in the next series.
Why are they're kicking off again? This is the second time they've done this tonight.
You know, I know we're very close to the field. We're not high in the air. We'll be back at Valley Stadium next week. Reminder, next week is Dowling Valley. Kickoff 7 o'clock. They're only allowing 1,000 people in. Dowling gets 200 tickets. They'll be sitting on the visiting side, even though it's Dowling's home game, and Valley will have 800 tickets on their side. So keep that in mind. We'll be televising and simulcasting the game on CISN.TV. Here's kickoff, and Brooks fields it at the 20. Yes, the 20. Across the 30, still on his feet. And Louis, near side, still on his feet at the 35, and finally dropped around there. Good return that time by Dowling.
So they end up right back at the 36-yard line, right back where they originally would have started from when the ball was kicked out of bounds. But Louis does a nice job fielding the football.
Yes,
and
he does.
And he runs hard. He fights for every yard he got there. And we're going to see some big things out of him returning kicks this year.
So on the re-kick, Dowling will start 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line officially. And the quarterback for the Maroons, who gets the second half start. Keep in mind, Steingraber has been alternating at quarterback with Smolik, and Smolik is in a quarterback. He slips as he throws it incomplete. As Jackson looks like he just lost his pivot foot there. It just went out from underneath. Always kind of dangerous, but the pass goes harmlessly incomplete.
I would think that's the mesh point between the running back and the quarterback there, Mark. When you're reading that RPO and you're putting it in the running back's belly, and then you're going to pull it and throw it real quick. The mesh point wasn't quite there, and they kind of ran into each other, and Jackson lost his footing and was able to get his balance and make the throw.
All right, Sam Gavin at left tackle for the Maroons. Dominic Varelli is the left guard. Jake Olson's the center. Gabe Carey the right guard, and Michael One at right tackle. Back to throw Smolik. Launches it downfield. Caught by Brooks inside the 30, and he finally is run out of bounds. And the official is going to mark him down right around the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Dowling, and what a throw by Smolik.
That was right on the money, Mark, and it was a pretty pass, and it was effortless too, Mark, and he threw that ball about 40 yards. And the thing I liked about that set there, Mark, is they were allowed to put Louis Brooks by himself, one-on-one coverage, and they had 3 receivers the other way, and that free safety kind of shaded towards the 3 receiver side and allowed Louis to run right by that corner, and what a throw by Jackson.
It certainly was. It goes for 44 yards and a first down. Dowling at the 19. Handoff goes to Schwager, and he's hit and drop. Boy, Indianola is all over that. Their defensive tackle made a nice stop that time. Ben Moffitt, part of the Moffitt brothers out there, and he makes a stop and maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, he came untouched, and it was, I don't know if it was a misassignment up front with the offensive line there, but he was untouched, and right when the ball was handed off, he was in there to make the play.
Certainly was. It lost back to the from the 17-yard line is where they spotted it, back to the 20. Back to throw is Smolik. Airs it into the end zone looking for Brooks, and the pass is incomplete. There was contact, and they're going to rule it incomplete.
And Jackson got hit when he threw the football. He put it on the mark. It was kind of to the corner of the end zone, and it was just uncatchable there. I didn't think he had enough time. He needed that half a second to set his feet and make the throw, but he had an Indianola defender right in his face, and he was hit right as he threw it.
So we'll bring up 3rd down and 13 for Dowling. Line of scrimmage is the Indianola 20. It's 9-7. Dowling with the lead over Indianola. Low-scoring game. We start the third quarter. Dowling has taken the opening kickoff and went from their own 37-yard line all the way down to the Indianola 20. Here is Smolik. Back to throw. Looks right. Fires right. The pass is caught. Louis Brooks gets a little bit of a seam, and he gets inside the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Dowling went empty set there. 3 receivers one side, 2 to the other side. No backs in the backfield, and it was a little crossing pattern. You had Jalen Thompson do a speed out, and Louis Brooks with the slant right on top of him, create that separation. Nice pitch and catch. Now we got fourth down and a decision here for Dowling. Looks like they're going to kick it, Mark.
Yeah, Steingraber comes in to hold, and they'll bring in Calvert in. The left-footed field goal. We'll spot the ball right at about the 17, so it'll be another 27-yard field goal attempt as he made one late in the first half. Ball is down, and Calvert's kick is up, and it is good.
Wow.
So with 10:13 remaining here in the third quarter, Dowling extends its lead to 12-7 over Indianola. We'll take a 1-minute break and return here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at
we're good. Thank you.
mercydesmoines.org.
He's good too.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
And we're back here at Indianola Football Stadium alongside John Chido. I'm Mark Amadale. Here is the kickoff by Dowling. And on the return, it's Kolaric for Indianola. Boy, does he have some speed. Gets it all the way across the 40 and up near the 45-yard line. That's where the Indian offense will start 1st and 10, John.
Yeah, good field position once again for Indianola to start the second half, their first drive of the second half, Mark. Kolaric, kick it to him, and he's able to get some space. He's going to utilize that with his speed and his size to be able to break through. You really have to break down and stop his momentum because he's going to run through a lot of arm tackles.
The last drive for Dowling, 6 plays, 63 yards, capped off by Jake Calvert's second field goal of the night, and both have been from 27 yards out. Back to throw is Indianola with their backup quarterback in. It's Blake in there, and that is Brady Blake. Fires a pass. And it is incomplete. He's rolled to his right and couldn't find his receiver. That play started at the Indianola 46, and Blake couldn't hook up with over there on that left side of the Dowling defense that was anchored by Maroon's cornerback over there, and that's Carson Boyle and company.
Yeah, Carson made a nice break on the ball. The receiver ran a nice route, was able to get in space, and it was a rollout pass for Blake, and it just threw it a little bit too far toward the sideline, and that was receiver for Indianola was unable to make the catch.
All right, Blake stays in at quarterback. 3 receivers left. They're bunched up to the left of formation. Here's Blake on the snap, looking right, throws it out of the backfield to Kolaric, and it's incomplete. Kolaric kind of faked like he was going to block and then went out in the right flat, and Blake got it there quickly, but couldn't hook up with his receiver that time, the tailback Kolaric.
It looked like Indianola was going to set up a little outside screen there, Mark, and Russell Pearson and Max Derry broke on the ball quickly and was unable to allow Kolaric to get in some space to make that catch. Good defense play by Derry and Russell Pearson.
All right, Pepper will split out wide to the right for Indianola. 2 receivers to the left. And Brady Blake at quarterback. 1 back in the backfield. That's Kolaric. Here's the snap. Blake back to throw over the middle and had a man open, but overthrew him, incomplete, and that was Will Shivers, who was coming from the inside slot position from the right side. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, it's tough to complete that post into a one-high safety that's playing in the middle of the field. Blake Anderson there. They had a nice break on the football, and And the good coverage by, I think it was Carson Boyle, Mark.
So it brings up 4th down for Indianola. And into punt will be Noah Johnston. He'll stand back right near his 30-yard line, back deep for Dowling. He's been there all game. That's Louis Brooks in single safety. And here's the snap. Little rugby steps to the right and gets it away. And Brooks from his 10 keeps it in bounds. 15-20, return his left. And Louis is spun out of bounds as he crossed the 20. And that's where the Dowling offense will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 21, 22-yard line. With 9:39 remaining here in the third quarter, it's Dowling leading 12-7 over Indianola here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale along with John Chido. Beautiful night here in Indianola. It's cooled off, sun down, and beautiful night to be out. Got just enough breeze to keep the humidity down.
Now it seems like football, doesn't it, Mark? You know, when the sun goes down, it's Friday night lights, and I'm just excited that they're actually playing football. With everything that's been going on with COVID, this is great to see.
Certainly is, and we're glad to bring you the game on Iowa Catholic Radio. With a 44 straight year, Mark Amadale and John Chido, penalty flags down as the snap of the ball was
going to false start.
Yep, penalty against the Maroons. Congratulations to Claude Wilkinson, the Dowling freshman last night. Was it 28-7 the final?
Yes, yep. It ended up being 28-7.
Had to leave when it was 14-7 Maroons. So congratulations to the Dowling freshman team. Of course, that's the team that you and Coach Hagan and a few others coached last year, right? The 8th graders.
Yep.
They all did make it to 9th grade.
They made it to 9th grade. They have 65 kids out for freshman football. How about those numbers, Mark?
Wow, that is awesome.
And that credit to the Catholic Football League and Andy Jepson, what he's done over the years.
Absolutely. Now Smolik, a little lateral pass, and it's Brooks had to go up and get it. He did. He's better off letting it go incomplete because he was hit and dropped and moving back to the 15-yard line, loss of 2.
Yeah, this is just a quick screen play there to Louis, and the defensive back from Indianola made a nice break on the ball and was able to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by Indianola's defense.
All right, the Maroons now with a 2nd and 15 from their 15-yard line. 9 minutes remaining, third quarter. Dowling up 12-7. Maroons scored in their last possession via the field goal. Here's Smolik back to throw, looks left, throws it left. Pass is caught, going up and high point in the ball is Koa Thompson, and he's up near a first down, but I think they're going to spot him out of bounds shy of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, nice job by Jackson Smollett staying in the pocket, making that throw because he got hit hard when he released that football, Mark. And, keep in mind, he was hurt a lot of last season playing freshman football. So
his career, he's been hurt.
Yeah,
ACL as an 8th grader and collarbone last year.
Poor guy. And, being able to stay in the pocket and make that football or that throw is pretty impressive. And nice job by Koa Thompson going up and making that catch at the high point. And it was a great job.
Well, Thompson with a catch good for 12 yards and they'll bring up 3rd and 5 Dowling from their own 27. As Smolik out of the shotgun fires on a quick pass, incomplete, tried to hit his tight end, Jalen Thompson, and threw it behind him. That'll bring up 4th down and punting time for the Maroons.
Yeah, I don't think Jalen Thompson was on the same page as Jackson Smolik because I think he didn't turn quick enough where he was supposed to catch that football. It was supposed to be a shorter route underneath those linebackers there as they're dropping into coverage, and he kind of just kept running the route, and kind of a little miscommunication between the quarterback and the tight end.
All right, Calvert into punt. Jake stands just inside his 15-yard line. 12-7 Maroons. Here's the punt. End-over-end kick. They'll let it roll. No return by Indianola, and it'll roll inside the 40 down near the 32-yard line. That's where the Indians will start 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line with 7:56 remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling has a 5-point lead, 12-7. Tell you what, Mr. Scigliano did us well. We got the nice little tent here. It's also drawing a crowd. We forgot to bring our ropes. We could have brought a few ropes. We have a few of those.
We need a rope line. You're so popular, Mark.
I don't think it's me. Some of these guys are looking at you like, yeah, you were my 8th grade football coach. Yeah,
I'm going to go bother that guy.
And I'm not out for football, and I'm a junior, and I'm here. So they want to talk to you. All right. Hey, thanks to our supporters at Iowa Catholic Radio. All season long. We can't do this without them. Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, along with Kemen, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. We appreciate their support all throughout the season. And reminder, next week, second-ranked Dowling hosting number 1 Valley at Valley Stadium. We'll be on the air at 6:30 with our pregame show next week. Kickoff 7 o'clock. And the Indianola Indians, they will travel to Norwalk, Battle of Warren County, and they'll kick off at 7 o'clock. That's the new start time.
Andrew Lynch is done for the football game, Mark. As I'm looking down there on the sideline.
He's right in front of us.
Yeah.
And everything, his pads are off, and he's like that right lower leg is wrapped up.
Yeah. See, this is what we don't get with the sideline reporter.
I know. We got to figure that out next week. We will have it figured out next week. No bandering, no sideline reporter. I will work it out. Hand off to Klarick on first down from his own 32-yard line. And he gets a couple yards, crawls this way, and let's see, they're going to spot him down maybe 4 yards on the give, right up the gut.
Yeah, Klarick runs hard in between the tackles. Keeps his feet moving forward to get those extra yards that you normally wouldn't get when you don't move your feet in that first initial contact. He's able to, by keeping his feet moving, he's able to get those extra yards, and he does a good job running the football.
Yeah. Quarterback remains Brady Blake for Indianola. Blake, the 6-foot sophomore. Infamous Blake family here. Klarick gets the handoff, cuts it outside, turns the corners, got the first down, and he slips a tackle up across the 45. Now going to spot his forward progress right around the 48-yard line. 11-yard run that time for Klarick.
Yeah, Klarick was able to get the edge. Nice blocking up front by Indianola, allowing Klarick to get that edge and create that seam, and he hits it hard, and he's tough to bring down when he gets that momentum going, especially on the edge there, and he was able to establish that. Indianola's winning the trenches right there in that this series so far.
They certainly are up front for the Indians. Will Teasdale at left tackle, Cale Crawford at left guard. The centers Jalen Smith, Ben Moff at the right guard, and Walker Whalen, his dad's the assistant coach, at right tackle for the Indians. 2 receivers left. Back to throw is Blake, gets rid of it, fires it downfield, got a man open. That's Carter Erickson, and he's going to go in for the touchdown as he got right behind the Dowling defense and Carson Boyle.
Yeah, he had 3 receivers running right at 2 defensive backs, and Anderson split the difference to one side, and the outside receiver, the number 1 receiver for the Dowling sideline, kept going, and Carson got twisted around, and nice pitch and catch. Blake made a nice throw. He hit him right in stride, and he put the ball where he needed to do it, and the receiver made a nice catch and was able to go in for the touchdown.
52 yards on the play. Indianola now having trouble with special teams. They're down a man. Now they got him in. The extra point attempt by Steven Stark. The hold by Connor Troutman, and Walker Whalen moves from right tackle to this long snapper, and the extra point is good. So got a ball game once again. It's 14-12. Indianola by 2 over Dowling. We'll take a 1-minute break with 6:37 remaining third quarter from Indianola Football Stadium here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr.
Hey, Mark,
Todd
how much
Piedig.
time's left in the quarter?
Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth
So if you had to
Vision
guess
Clinic
what time
is
you think we're going to be
located
out of the
at
game.
Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines. 515-440-4610. Online at ashworthvision.com.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up, heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
CPCustomHomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
And we're back here at Indianola Football Stadium alongside John Chido, Mark Amadale, as Indianola goes 3 plays, 78 yards. Carter Erickson on a 52-yard reception from quarterback Brady Blake. Extra point was good, and the Indians now leading Dowling by the score of 14-12 after the Maroons had a lead there. And here's it, Dowling on the return. Here, this is Louis Brooks. Takes the kickoff from his 15 down the far sideline. He might go. He's in the open field 30. At the 20, has the kicker to beat, and he finally is dragged down from behind near the 10-yard line of Indianola. Tremendous return by Louis Brooks.
What a great move by Louis Brooks, and able to get the edge. And there wasn't much room for him to get there, and he did, and able to use his speed to get to the outside and get down the field. He had the punter to beat and made a nice move, but he got tackled from behind when he did it. But once again, great job by Louis Brooks, setting Dowling's offense up with great field position with the chance to put more points on the board, which they need to do.
A 70-yard kickoff return gives Dowling a first down at the 13-yard line of Indianola. 6:20 remaining, third quarter. Indianola leads 14-12 over the Maroons. Now Steingraber in a quarterback, and he hands it off to Cam Middleton, and he busts it right up the middle and picks up pretty good yardage. Down, grinds his way from the 13 near the 5-yard line.
I really liked how Cameron kept his feet moving and going forward, and now Dowling's going to go hurry up here, Mark.
Move it down to the 5-yard line, so Middleton an 8-yard gain, and now handoff Middleton again, blasts his way in, and he get in, touchdown. Late call by the official, touchdown Dowling and Cam Middleton, a 5-yard carry, so the Maroons didn't trail long.
No, and it was all set up by Louis Brooks' return, and it was those big plays that Dowling needed to have, and they got it and got him a burst of energy, and able to come back with two great runs by Cameron Middleton, a nice job up front blocking, and they went hurry up there, Mark, and right back after him, and that was good to see.
Yes, it was. And the extra point is up and good. So it's 18-14. Dowling with the lead in a low-scoring game.
Yes, it is.
We'll take a break and come back. Dowling leads at 18-14 over Indianola here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Hey, we're back here at Indianola Football Stadium. Mark Amadale alongside John Chido. Dowling ended up calling a timeout. They did not attempt the extra point. The Maroons went for two as Steingraber stayed in at quarterback, and he threw it into the end zone, and the pass was caught and then dropped. Now the officials are getting together.
It was a false start on Dowling. It wouldn't have been any good anyway, Mark.
There you go.
They would have completed it. They would have done it again.
So the score remains 18-12. Dowling with the lead as the 2-yard run by Cam Middleton capped off a 2-play 13-yard drive by the Maroons. But as you mentioned, John, set up by the 70-yard kickoff return by Louis Brooks down to the Indianola 13-yard line. And the Maroons punched in with the junior Cam Middleton punching it through.
And I like that Dowling was able to get a touchdown out of that, Mark. The last time they had a big play with Louis with that big catch, they only came away with 3 points, and then Indianola went down and put the score on the board, a touchdown, and was able to regain the lead. And then Louis, with a great return, using his speed, able to get into the red zone, and 2 plays later, Dowling was able to find the end zone with Cameron Middleton. So
Diego Leon will kick off for Dowling from his own 40-yard line. We have at different places we've kicked off tonight because of penalties, and he kicked off from the 35-yard line one time, but Diego is a right-footed kicker. And, of course, back deep, you mentioned Indianola cannot avoid Louis Brooks. They tried to kick it out of bounds early, but then late they've kicked it. Well, Dowling's the same way. You got to keep it out of Cleric's hands, and now here's a kickoff. The ball is loose after being fielded. They'll stop the clock, and I think Indianola fell on top of it right near the Dowling sideline, which we're blocked out in that area because we're not up high enough. We're on the veranda here, almost eye level.
Now you got the wind picking up here, Mark, and the ball was kicked into the wind, and it was kind of misfielded there, obviously, but because of the wind, and fortunate for Indianola, they were able to recover the fumble.
So it's 1st and 10 Indians from their own 29-yard line. Dowling led 9-6 at half. Make that 9-7 at halftime, and then Calvert kicked a 27-yard field goal to give the Maroons a 12-7 lead in the third quarter. And then back comes Indianola as Brady Blake, the backup quarterback, hit Carter Erickson for a 52-yard bomb. Indianola had the lead for not long, about a minute and 30 seconds, and then Dowling comes back and caps it off with Cam Middleton.
So Indianola went to 3 receivers to the far side, Mark, and tried to run a little speed out because you had the free safety for Dowling, Blake Anderson, playing off the ball, but Dowling was in a coverage there that was that switched and was able to capitalize on that speed out and break the play up. Good job, I think, by it was number 20, who is Carson Krieghauser on the play.
All right, it's 2nd and 10 Indianola. They give it to their outstanding tailback, Kalarick, and he gets it right up the gut. Gets some of those. They get 5 yards on that carry. So we have third down now for Indianola. After getting no yards on first down, now they've gotten 5, so it's 3rd and 5 for the Indians.
It's a big down here for both sides of the football. Indianola to keep the drive alive, Dowling to stop them, force the punt, and flip the field again, and be able to capitalize on the field position, see what they do here.
Quarterback is Brady Blake. So he's been in on both possessions in relief of the starter, C.J. Kuehl. Kuehl, a two-way player. He also plays starting corner. And now handoff goes to Kalarick, and he dives his way, and he may need near first down. I think he got it. He did. First down, Indianola.
Nice run by Kalarick. Indianola spread Dowling's defense out there and was able to create some separation up front and win the trenches on that play. The offensive line for Indianola did allow Kalarick to get through for about 6 yards, Mark.
Yep, up to the 40, 6-yard gain for Kalarick, so he's got runs of 5 and 6 yards back-to-back. 1st and 10, Indianola. Kalarick, the lone setback. 2 tight ends and 2 receivers to the right now for the Indians. Looks like a sure running play. We'll see if that happens as Nicholson, the fullback, goes in motion. Back to throw is quarterback Blake, and he throws an interception.
Austin Klein.
Klein picks it off. Austin got a couple interceptions last year. He was sometimes picked on at times. He had 2 interceptions last year, and he picks him off at the Indianola, or rather Dowling 45, and it'll be Dowling football.
Nice play by Austin Klein. He's playing deep third there. The ball was thrown underneath. It was overthrown, and Austin made a nice break on the football and was able to come up with the interception.
So that is, well, the first official turnover of the ball game. Dowling muffed the punt on 4th down and just ate it, so they took the sack, and then Indianola took over deep in their own territory. But first down, Maroons, and the quarterback is Steingraber, and he gives it to his tailback. That's Schwager. And Zach carries the ball across midfield.
And that's Dowling's power play. They're going to pull the weak side guard to play side and lead up the hole. And Swagger made a nice run, was able to get through the hole. Good job by the offensive line there to start the series.
Maroons starting on their own 49-yard lines. Swagger took care of that with 1 play. He's in Indianola territory to the Indian 47. And now the quarterback, Jake English, comes in. Maroons have used 3 quarterbacks tonight. That's second time we've seen Jake, and he runs the quarterback draw, fake the toss or the throw to the left, and went right behind his offensive line in center. Jake Olson, the guards, Dominic Morelli, and Gabe Carey.
And Louis Brooks is hobbling off the field here, Mark. It's and Carson Brown is now checked into the game for Dowling Catholic.
But the Maroons already hobbled with the tight end Lynch with the lower leg injury as ice wrapped in, and now Louis hobbling. He's right in front of us, so he comes out. Brings up 3rd and 3 for the Maroons. Line of scrimmage, the 44-yard line of Indianola. And now back to throw is quarterback Steingraber, who's back in. He fires it out, and the ball hits the ground incomplete. They ruled incomplete.
That was Jalen Thompson on a little stick route. 2 receivers, Carson Brown, Koa Thompson to the Dowling sideline, and Jalen Thompson, playing out of his tight end position, ran a little stick route and was unable to come up with the catch there.
Brings up 4th down and 3 for the Maroons, and the punting unit will check in, led by Jake Calvert. He'll stand back at his own 42-yard line. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling 18, Indianola 14. Halftime score was 9-7, Dowling. They had a low-scoring first half, and now here's the snap. Calvert gets a nice punt into the wind, and they'll let it bounce, does Kalarick, and it bounces inside the 15 and down to about the 11-yard line. So the Indians will have it 1st and 10 from their own 11 with just under 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Mark Amadale, John Chido tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Matt Mainring will rejoin the broadcast in week 3. Dowling next week will host Valley at the Valley Stadium. Crowd expected over 10, 12,000 will be whittled down to just 1,000. That's all you get. You get your wristband and you check it in for a ticket. That's how it works.
The times have changed here with the COVID situation.
Unbelievable.
Never thought we'd be talking about a limit of fans at a Dowling Valley game ever.
Yeah. And
even during snowstorms, Mark.
Since it's Valley's home stadium, they get the 1,000. They get 800 of the 1,000 tickets. Dowling limited to 200 tickets. Don't forget, we'll be streaming and webcasting the game, so you can watch it on the simulcast next week on CISN.tv if you can't make the game. And first down handoff for Indianola as they give it to Kalarick, and he gets up to about the 12-yard line, gain of 1. You don't hear that very often tonight. Gain of 1 for Kalarick. Outstanding tailback for Indianola. Had 1,000 yards as a sophomore.
Yeah, and he's able to keep his feet moving to get yardage. There, the Dowling interior line, defensive line, did a nice job holding them to limited yards there, Mark.
I believe Blake is still in there at quarterback. He is. Brady Blake, and give to Kalarick again, and pulls his way up to near the 20-yard line. Needs to get on the other side of the 20 for a first down. Let's see if he did. Yes, he did, I believe.
He's about 3 yards short.
Oh, they're going to call it third down. Okay. Near side official, I thought, signaled first down to the... Yeah, it's 3rd and 1.
3rd and about 3, Mark.
Yard down in distance is...
if you look on the far sideline, it's a little bit perceiving here because we're sitting so close to the field.
3rd and 1 from the 22. The give is to Kalarick, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped. Maroons get to him.
That's Chase Patton.
That's Patton that got it. Coach Wilson talked about Chase. They can't block him on the Dowling number 1 offense.
Chase, nice job shooting his gap and getting in the backfield, making the play. Good job by Chase Patton.
So Indianola will have a 4th and 1 from their own 22-yard line. And they'll be in there.
So Louis injured now. We're going to have a timeout by Indianola.
As back to punt was Noah Johnston, and back deep for Dowling for the first time, Blake Anderson. He's a backup punt returner. Starting free safety, 5'10", 180-pounder. We have a timeout in the field. We'll keep it here. Mark Amadale, John Chido tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio. Welcome to our first broadcast of the high school season. Some things have changed. We get 2 timeouts per quarter for the sanitation and of the players, and of course the game balls and the officials and everybody involved. So we have 2 of them per quarter. This is one of them right now. And the second one is we've got 7 regular season games. Normally it's a 9-game regular season, 7 regular season games, and then everybody makes the playoffs in week 8. And then we go through the playoff protocol.
And I think after watching tonight, I mean, Dowling is a young ball club, and there's going to be a lot of growing pains. And they'll work through it, and they always do that during the regular season. They get better as the season goes on, and you know, Indianola is a good football team. So
I'm not sure if that was it couldn't have been the protocol. It was a timeout. So both teams with 2 timeouts left. Indianola called a timeout there, and now Noah Johnson will punt from his own 5. Little rugby style run up kick, and he gets it away. High kick drives Louis Brooks, who's back in. Fair catch signaled by Louis right at the
he fair caught it
25-yard line, and Louis should just went down and knelt down. But it'll be Dowling football at their own 25-yard line where the drive will start. This is normally the time we go down to you and give us a recap of that from the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm kind of missing that aspect of the game, Mark. It goes a little bit quicker when you're up here and you're calling the game every play. So I know what you guys go through. I think I have the easier of the three jobs. So definitely after,
you get
especially being this close to the field and trying to do play-by-play.
You get a recap each drive.
I know
you
it.
Could
So I can think of what I'm going to say.
Or what's happened for an injury report. We had Brooks injured earlier with an ankle. He's back in, and then we have not seen Lynch at all. Now the handoff to Swagger, and he kind of zigzags to the right side, kind of an off-tackle play, if you will, to the right side, and he gets across the 30 from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's supposed to be stretched to the outside, and with the race-up ends that Indianola's doing in their 3-4 defense, their stinger, as they would call it, that outside backer is racing up the field, and Swagger's able to run underneath it, and it's a good start. It gives them second in short yardage.
Final 35 seconds of the third quarter. Dowling 18, Indianola 14 as quarterback for Dowling back in there as they rotate. Smolik, and he gives on a handoff. Held out the fake that time. And let's see, was that Swagger with the carry?
It was Swagger, yep.
And I'll tell you what, he got it across the 40 and picked up the first down. That'll stop the clock with 27 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Now they went two back there with Gokenauer and Swagger in the backfield, and they ran away from the tight end, ran to the weak side, and was able to capitalize on the numbers on the weak side. And a little counter, you might call it. They call it a little bit different things nowadays, but nice job by the offensive line that we need to mention more as the game's going on. And a couple of these guys I want to mention, Gabe Carey, and Ryan Bagenstosh, if I can, too. But Michael One, Gabe Carey, Jake Olson, Dominic Varelli, and Sam Gavin been doing a great job up front for Dowling.
All right, the cannon went off in the end zone again, so we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling 18, Indianola 14. When we come back, we'll have some updated scores in Class 4A football. But you've been listening to and here on Iowa Catholic Radio from Indianola Football Stadium. Mark Amadale, John Chido, back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute.
Thank you to Tomei & Sons for your support of Dowling Catholic football. Tomei & Sons is an Italian family restaurant with old country, authentic Italian food. Enjoy the local atmosphere where you may even spot a priest. Take advantage of Tomei & Sons bocce ball court with the kids while enjoying their homemade bread, fried peppers, and real Italian desserts and more. Tomei & Sons is located on Southeast 1st Street, just south of downtown. TomeiandSons.net.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom attire for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion. Skeffington's Formal Wear, with convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel. Listen online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Hey, welcome back to Indianola's football stadium here at their middle school alongside John Chido. I'm Mark Amadale as Dowling with the first play of the third quarter goes long and the pass incomplete. And I'll bring up what we got here. We got
second and 10, Mark. You have a hurt player down on the far sideline for Indianola.
Who's on coverage that time. That last play is Smolik aired it out. Boy, he's got an arm.
He's got an arm.
This young man who didn't get a lot of reps. 8th grade year, blew out his ACL. Last year as a freshman, had the collarbone injury, and now playing some varsity minutes tonight, and he aired it out, threw it all the way down near the 5-yard line, and now the injured player for Indianola being helped off. So it'll bring up second down 10 for the Maroons. Dowling leading 18-14 with just underway here in the fourth quarter. Let's get caught up with some scores. Ankeny leading Ankeny Centennial 41-6 in the second half. It's Valley 17. And Roosevelt 13, and Southeast Polk leading Waukee 14-10 in the fourth quarter. And now the Maroons hand it off. They keep it on the ground, and that is it's been Swagger for the Maroons for the most part, right?
That one's Cameron Middleton on the carry there.
Yep. Cam gets in there and That'll bring up 3rd and 10. They're going to rule it no gain as you try to go left side, and the hole did not open up. Dowling offensive line, left tackle Sam Gavin, a senior, 6'5", 245. Dominic Varelli, the young man who transferred in from Illinois, 6'1", 265, and a senior. Jake Olson, the captain, a senior, 6'1", 230, number 58. Now back to throw. Smolik again fires it out, and he overthrew his intended receiver, incomplete, as that was intended for Koa Thompson, and Koa kind of got turned around, or the play goes off the mark.
It didn't look like they were on the same page there, Mark. Koa kind of cut his route out and cut his route off, and Jackson threw it to the corner route where Koa kind of cut it to an out. A little miscommunication there. But, Dowling forcing that 3rd and long situation, and that's not what you want to be when you want to be in 3rd and short, third and manageable situations, and now they're forced to punt.
And Valley just scored. They lead 24-13 over at Roosevelt in the second half at Valley Stadium. Here's a high kick by Calvert, and it's fielded by Kolaric, and he's trying to go outside, goes inside, and goes down right at the 20-yard line. So that's where Indianola will take over, 1st and 10 from the 20. And how about Jake Calvert with a high punt that time? It got his special teams down, the gunners downfield.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mark. Him able to get some hang time on that punt allowed for the long snapper, Koa Thompson, and the gunners for Dowling Catholic to get down there and give Kolaric nowhere to go with the football. And good job by Jake Calvert.
So Indianola takes over, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 11 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Dowling leading 18-14. Mark Amadale, John Chido tonight. Hand off to Kolaric, goes left side. He's hit and dropped. A couple yards may have gained up to about the 22 or 23-yard line. We're going to see a dose of Kolaric, and then we're going to see a quick pass like Blake did. He threw a touchdown pass, did Brady Blake, of 52 yards to Carter Erickson, who's also an outstanding defensive end for Indianola. He led the team last year with 7 sacks.
That was a great job by Cody Hikes, the sophomore there in at defensive tackle, and Max Derry for Dowling Catholic's defense.
A 3-yard gain for Kolaric. Brings up 2nd and 7. Kolaric in the backfield. Blake will fake the handoff to him. Rolls to his right, fires it out, and the pass is caught. And that might be the tight end, and it is for his first catch. Trenton Nicholson, he's kind of the H-back, if you will, and he makes the catch, but shy of the first down. He's tripped up, and nice job defensively that time by the Maroon defense.
Yeah, Karts and Kriegshauser, great job being able to get back to his spot after the boot and back into coverage to knock that to a minimal gain. Otherwise, that would have went for a big play, Mark. So good job by Carson Kriegshauser.
4-yard reception, and bring up 3rd and 4 for Indianola. Game clock continues to run. Dowling leading by 4 with 9:40 remaining here in the 4th quarter from Indianola. Brady Blake, the quarterback, back to throw, has time, fires it out, lost it up. The pass is intercepted by Dowling. Picked off by Austin Klein. That's his 2nd of the night. Penalty flag down, and so is Klein, and a helmet off, too.
There's a flag down on the play, like you said. A great coverage by Austin Klein. And it's got to be offensive pass interference because Austin put himself in a nice position to make a play on that football.
Officials are huddling up. The referee comes down. Intended receiver that time was Carter Erickson, who caught the touchdown pass. And they're going to give it to Dowling. Signal, preliminary signal. First down, Dowling, right about the 44-yard line of Dowling. So Klein with his 2nd interception of the night. He had 2 all last year.
Yeah, Austin, great coverage. I mean, he ran with the wide receiver, turned to the inside, had his other hand kind of close to the receiver, so he knew where he was and was able to high point the football. Picture perfect coverage by Austin Klein.
And now they're going to tack on a penalty, offensive pass interference against Indianola. So the Maroons have a first down at the Indian 43-yard line, and the give is to the tailback Swaggart. He just kind of goes off tackle, and he's got near a first down. He can put inside the 35-yard line, and he'll be about a couple yards shy, but that was a very slow developing play. Offensive line just clicked that time.
Yeah, it was a counter play to the weak side, and pulling guard, pulling tackle for Dowling Catholic would have been the right guard, right tackle, which would have been Gabe Carey and Michael Woon leading the way for Schwager. over the weak side of the left side of the Dowling offensive line.
9-yard gain. And now we've got a timeout on the field, injured Indianola player with 9:12 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling 18 and Indianola 14 here on Iowa Catholic Radio, our first broadcast of the year. I want to thank head boys track coach Jared Herring for stopping by. He and OC have the supervisory duties for the road game tonight. I want to thank boys track coach for stopping by. And, of course, all our folks on Iowa Catholic Radio. Matt Maindring will join the broadcast in week 3. You may have to go to the bullpen next week if we're going to get you on the sideline. It's Valley Week, so we need that. We need you down that sideline, but that'll be announced at a later date.
To be determined.
We got to work out a one-day contract with somebody, and you know what I'm talking about. So that could be it. So,
well, if he's going to be on TV, that might be up for negotiation. You might have to bring your negotiation tools to get him on the air.
See, we go on the webcast when we do the simulcast with Pete Tarpey's group, CISN.TV. They're at 3 locations tonight doing games. That means I got to comb my hair, clean my glasses.
Yep. You're made for TV, Mark.
Radio, 38 years, buddy, right here. 38 years is the reason. Now all of a sudden we got to clean up. All right, first and second and 1 for the Maroons. They give to Swagger again. He's got the first down and more. Gets to the secondary, 20, 15, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And making the stop for Indianola is Cale Kolaric. So one tailback stops the other.
And this is where you see the Dowling offensive line kind of wearing Indianola's defense, a lot of those two-way players down a little bit and taking control. Now Dowling's going to go hurry up again inside the 5-yard line.
They're going to mark it right at the 6 for Swagger. Now the Maroons keep it on the ground. Right up the gut goes Swagger, and he's maybe down to the 4 on a first and goal. So Swagger on that last play picked up 27 yards on a first down to bring up second down and goal for Dowling. Ball on the Indianola 4-yard line. Smolik at quarterback. The sophomore in there, and they give the Swagger again, and he's wrapped up. He's spun down right about the 4 again. No gain.
Yeah, you got both A-gap blitzes there in between the center, both sides of the center, able to get penetration for the interior defensive line for Indianola to stop that play in the backfield and stop Swagger's momentum.
Let's see if they go a little timing route in the corner of the end zone and bring in Blake Anderson, number 7. He'll line up as one receiver.
Jake English in there. Now they're going to call timeout.
And the Maroons will use their second timeout. They'll have 1 left. 7:53 remaining. Fourth quarter, Dowling 18, Indianola 14. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Pedig. The Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines, 515-440-4610, online at ashworthvision.com.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up, heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
cpcustomhomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
All right, we're back here at Indianola Football Stadium. Fourth and 4 Dowling. The Maroons will keep the football and running towards the end zone and stop shy of the goal line at the 2-yard line. That was a third down play, 3rd and goal for the Maroons.
That was Jake English on the keep. Brought Louis Brooks in motion to the 2 receiver side. Kind of the third time they kind of run this play. Indianola just stayed. They didn't adjust. They didn't drop anything down. Jake English made the nice read, just wasn't able to get in the end zone there, Mark.
Injured Indianola player down. As you mentioned, Indianola has at least 4 players going both ways tonight. And you might see some of them cramping up here in this last drive as the Maroons will be having 4th and goal at the 2-yard line. And Coach Tom Wilson, well, what do you call here? You go for the field goal, Calvert will attempt his third field goal of the night, or do you go for it and pin Indianola deep in their own territory?
If you kick it, it's a 7-point game. If you go for it and make the touchdown, it's a 2-possession game. So
I wonder what Coach Maynard would do. He was out taking a jog today when I talked to him, and I wonder what Coach would do.
Coach?
Yeah, I can feel a text coming.
That's a great question, Mark.
Lead by 4 on the road. Why is the game clock running?
Dowling's forces is that their last time out, Mark?
It is.
Yeah.
So we'll take a 1-minute break. Both teams are playing cat and mouse with timeouts. Dowling 18, Indianola 14. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. With over 40 years' experience, Dental Associates is a group dental practice with the mission of promoting optimum health and well-being to all patients, providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry for the entire family. Message underwritten by Dr. Kenton Gleichman, Dr. Steve Karbaka, Dr. Christine Mulcahy, and Dr. Ben Nagel. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. Online at DesMoines-DentalAssociates.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Chemin is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Chemin strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Online at chemin.com.
And we're back here at Indianola Football Stadium. Dowling going for it. 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. A handoff to Swagger, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward down to the 1. And Indianola holds with 7:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling leading 18-14. The good part is you pin Indianola deep in their own territory. The bad part is Dowling got no points on the board, either through a touchdown or field goal, John Chido.
Yeah, like a wise coach would say, trust your defense, right, Mark?
That guy just texted that in.
Yes, I'm telling you, he's exactly right.
Coach Maynard is exactly right. And now the Maroon defense is on notice. 7:22 remaining, fourth quarter. 1st and 10, Indianola from their 1-yard line. Blake in at quarterback. He's been the quarterback the whole second half after backing up starter C.J. Kuhl. And Brady Blake a handoff to his outstanding tailback, Kalarick. This is not the time for him to have a big run.
No, and a good job by the defensive line there, led by Michael Woon on the play. In the linebackers, Max Derry's we've been calling his name a lot tonight, Mark, doing a great job at that inside linebacker position as well.
No question.
Jalen Pettis, Chase Patton, Russell Pearson.
Yep, Chase Patton, Jalen Pettis, Michael Woon, as you mentioned. Handoff goes to Kalarick again, and he slides his way from the 2-yard line up to the 3-yard line. And they're going to maybe spot him at the 4. They will. So gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Indianola as they keep the ball on the ground to Kalarick. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Indians.
Let's see if Indianola takes a shot here, Mark, and try to get one-on-one coverage and let Blake throw that deep ball and see if we can get a wide receiver to make a play.
Yep, this is Brady Blake, sophomore quarterback. Quite a few sophomores that will play. These two teams will play a JV game on Monday at Dowling. Blake at quarterback, 3 receivers right. They'll throw it right, and they throw it to Kalarick out of the backfield, and well defended by Dowling. He's brought down at the 5-yard line, gains a yard out of it. Little swing pass to the right, and it'll bring up 4th and 5 Indianola.
And Austin Klein on the tackle, and he's coming up limping here, Mark. Another Dowling defender nursing an injury now, and hopefully it's just a slight sprain or something they could tape up, or maybe a little cramping up with the heat. But you hate to see that with all these players getting injured.
But if you joined us late, Andrew Lynch, the Dowling tight end, had a couple catches for 72 yards in the first quarter. He's out with a lower leg injury, ice pack around the outside of his right ankle. High snap, but a good job by Johnston to field the ball and gets off a punt that goes about 20 yards off the side of his foot. Maroons get out of the way, and Indianola down it right around the 22-yard line. So a 17-yard punt. But I'll tell you what, the punter, Noah Johnson, all 5'10", 165 pounds of him, kept the ball from going into the end zone, and then he had to come down, get his balance, and hurried the punt, and off the side of his foot. Dowling will take over in tremendous field position.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Mark. And just able to get that punt off is should be grateful for that. And also the wind is picked up and it's swirling, and it's gonna make a difference when you're trying to throw the ball down the field a little bit too, Mark.
16-yard punt, no return. 1st and 10 Dowling from the 21. Steingraber back in at quarterback. And the give is to Schwager, and a little inside handoff to the right side, and he bounces off a couple tackles inside the 20, and he'll end up right around the 18-yard line for a gain of 3.
And Schwager, he likes contact, initiating contact. He's one of those tough runners, Larry Zonka type. That's bringing you back to the days. That type of a runner that's going to keep his feet moving and use his legs and his shoulder to keep his momentum going. And he's just a tough runner. He's that fullback type running back.
So it's 2nd and 6. Pick up a 3 that time. Ball in the Indianola 18. And Steingraber, read option, give to Schwager. He's got the first down and more. May go. He does. Touchdown. Zach Schwager from 18 yards out. Well, in the previous drive, the Maroons went for it. They had 3 plays inside the 4, couldn't pop it. This time they do. Schwager from 18 yards and a touchdown for the Maroons.
Great patience by Zach there, allowing for the offensive line to get where they needed to be and read the hole. He had great patience there, and you can tell he's grown up a lot running the football in this game, because he's a different type of runner to me that now than he was at the beginning of the game. And it's crazy to say that, but he is. He's using a lot more patience in reading the hole.
2 plays, 21 yards on the Dowling drive. The extra point is up and good by Jake Calvert. So Maroons tack on the extra point, and all of a sudden it went from 18-12 to 25-14. Dowling with the lead over Indianola. We'll take a timeout with 4:17 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom attire for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion. Skeffington's Formal Wear, with convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And welcome back to Indianola Football Stadium, right behind their middle school here, right across the street from the high school on the east end of Indianola. Last time we had a Dowling-Indianola game, it was at the Simpson Indianola Community Field on the campus of Simpson College way back in the day, John Chido.
Yeah, that's right. They had the turf field before a lot of the high schools had turf field.
They
and
certainly did.
Fortunate enough to play on a field with turf, being able to play at Simpson College.
Well, Dowling,
now everybody has them.
Yeah, that's right. Dowling taking advantage of a 16-yard punt. They took possession on the Indianola 21, and Zach Schwager, 2 carries and an 18-yard touchdown on the second carry. And the Maroons extend their lead to 25-12 over Indianola. Kickoff by Calvert, by the Maroons, goes out of in the back of the end zone. Diego Leon really unleashed it there. And it'll be 1st and 10 Indianola from their own 20-yard line with 4:17 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Dowling with the lead, Indianola with the football. They go left to right with the wind at their back. Back to throw is quarterback Brady Blake. Fires the ball off balance. Passes complete, but for a short gain to his intended receiver. That time, Colton Gordon with the reception.
Adam Townsend on the coverage there, making the tackle for Dowling Catholic. And I want to go back to that last touchdown. Ryan Baggenstoss made a key block to allow Schwager to get in the end zone, and great job by him, seeing him to in there doing a good job.
He's a young man they brought up, I remember, last year late and during the playoff run, and he was one of the backup linemen.
Yeah.
And has been competing for that starting job this year. And a little quick pass to Erickson, who was injured earlier for Indianola, and it's complete, shy of the first down up to the 25-yard line for a gain of 3. So it's 3rd and 5 Indianola. And Blake, the handoff to his tailback, Kalarick, and then Dowling had that read. They pass on 1st and 2nd down, and they give the draw play on 3rd down, and Kalarick's hit and dropped. He may not have gotten to the line of scrimmage. They'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Indians.
And Jalen Pettis making a great play from his defensive tackle position to be able to stay at home there and sniff out the draw and make a great break on the ball and break down and make a tackle.
Well, Indians going for it. Under 3 minutes remaining. Dowling leading by a score of 25-14 over Indianola. Brady Blake at quarterback. Back to throw. Rolls to his left. Fires. And the pass they're going to rule it incomplete. So Dowling will take over on downs, and that should do it. 2 minutes, 41 seconds remaining, and the Maroons will take over from the Indianola 25-yard line. But I'll tell you what, we forget, John, back in the third quarter, Indianola had a brief lead, 14-12 at the 6:37 mark. And then about 1 minute and 20 seconds later, Cam Middleton, a 2-yard run up the gut, and Dowling had the lead, and they've secured it to the end on a team, Indianola team that had 4 players going 2 ways. Good test for both teams coming out of the unusual off season, and I think the Maroons knew they were in the game tonight, and they're going to win it here.
Yeah, they sure were. They're in a dogfight late into the ball game, and it's good to see that they always kept the momentum going forward, and you really couldn't tell that they were not leading at any time in the game by looking at the demeanor, and that's a good sign to see.
That means you didn't panic, and that's
Yes.
what you want to see. All right, Steingraber in at quarterback for Dowling. Jake the handoff.
Cameron Middleton.
And Cam Middleton, in relief of the starter, Zach Swager, carries the football inside the 25. They're going to spot him down right about the 21-yard line or so. Let's see. Not the 22. They'll give him a gain of 3.
We got Reed Beecher at one receiver for Dowling Catholic and Carson Brown at the other receiver for Dowling Catholic. And 2 back, you have, it looks like Gokenauer at fullback and Cameron Middleton at tailback.
As Gokenauer kind of took Swager's spot from last year.
Yeah.
He was at H-back, if you will, played fullback and tight end, did Swager, and now he moves into the starting tailback spot. And Gokenauer has that responsibility this year.
Yeah, Kel's done a nice job stepping up and filling the role that Swager played last year, and he's doing a good job.
And that is key because that's the young man that doesn't get a lot of touches.
Yeah,
but has to make the key
and
blocks.
He does all the stuff that needed to be done.
All right, they'll split out Carson Brown wide right as Steingraber at quarterback. Here's a snap. The give is to Middleton. Cam right up the gut he goes and stopped inside the 15-yard line, it looks like. Bring up 2nd down, 1:25, the game clock will run. Dowling in no hurry to score as Indianola is out of timeouts. And the Maroons are going to win their 12th in a row going back to last year. And that'll set up the matchup next Friday night. We'll have it on Iowa Catholic Radio. And we'll also be simulcasting for you folks that can't go to the game. We'll be televised on CISN.TV. We'll bring you their audio, and they'll bring you the video. All right, 2nd down 9 from the 14-yard line, and the give is to Middleton. Up the gut he goes, right between the tackles, and grinds it down. The Maroons will have to run one more play. It'll bring up 3rd down for Dowling inside the 14-yard line. Spot him down at the 13 for a gain of 1. So final moments in this contest. Parker Jamison in as a wide receiver to the far right. Reed Beecher, tight end or wide receiver to the far left. Steingraber at quarterback. Here's the snap. Give it to Middleton. Right up the gut he goes. Finds a seam and tries to break a tackle and down to the 5-yard line.
First down.
It may stop the clock. Nope, it's 4th down.
So Dowling, all they do is let the clock run.
And they will. He gets all the way down to the 6-7-yard gain from Middleton, and that'll do it. Congratulations to Tom Wilson and the Dowling Maroons. It wasn't pretty, but it was a road win to start the 2020 high school football season, and the 7-time defending champs get a road win, 25-14 the final, Dowling over Indianola tonight.
Yeah, great win to start the season off for Dowling Catholic. Like you said earlier, Mark, it wasn't pretty, but you always take a win, especially your first game of the season. And it's going to be some growing pains. Dowling's young, and even though they got a lot of guys back on the defensive side of the ball, offensively it took a little bit to get going there, Mark. And once they did, a lot of good things started to happen.
We'll take a break, come back with our post-game show. The final score, once again, from Indianola, Dowling 25 and Indianola 14. Alongside John Chido, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll be back with the post-game show after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Pedig. The Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines, 515-440-4610, online at ashworthvision.com.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up, heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
cpcustomhomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
Iowa Catholic Radio, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel. Listen online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
And welcome back to Indianola Football Stadium on a beautiful night after a warm start. Cooled off, the cold front moved through, and had a pretty good night of high school football. Dowling led at halftime by the score of 9-7, and the Maroons win it with the final score of 25-14. The Maroons hold Indianola to a pair of touchdowns, one in the first half and one in the second half. And we'll await our final stats. A little bit different post-game right now because we don't have our sideline guy. He's right next to me, sitting in for Matt Maynard. He'll miss next week. Johnny Chido, nice job. The tent guys are going to attempt to take the tent down with us underneath it.
Oh, this will be
real good.
This is classic skig move here, though. Yeah. But you know what? He's going to be in rhythm, and you won't even know.
He did.
Yep.
He did.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Off without a hitch.
I'm telling you.
Now we're exposed to the sky.
He's a great neighbor, great friend. I mean, he knows how to do everything. Love it.
The Mark Scigliano.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with his awesome brother, Danny.
Danny's a good man.
Yeah, they're both good. So we appreciate
great family.
Absolutely. You live in the neighborhood. They let you in.
Yeah,
and
that's
Cataldo.
Right. You know.
And the Steingravers.
Yes.
So you got your new neighbors.
Yeah. Not too far off either.
The neighborhood is improving. I'll say that after being shot down a little bit. What a game it was tonight. As we mentioned earlier, Dowling will set up their matchup with Valley, who is leading 26-20 at last report.
How much time's left in that game? Do you know?
I don't know. Andy was. I just heard him say that, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Hey, we want to thank our sponsors. They include Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, along with Dental Associates. Our thanks to Kemen, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. We got a lot of listeners that are going to their cars right now because when your games are over, you are supposed to immediately exit and don't loiter the stadium. Remember that, John, when you're interviewing Coach Wilson next week on the field.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about it, by the time I get done doing that, everybody's pretty much out of the stadium anyway. So
that's true.
Always find the last 3 cars in the parking lot.
Easy to find. Let's recap the scoring. We're going to get Jared Secret with our post-game stats tonight. We appreciate him coming all the way over from the visiting press box. He and Jared Seifert and Kurt Zimmerman keep the stats for Dowling, so we'll get those as they bring them over. But recap scoring. Dowling led, as I mentioned, 9-7 at halftime as the Maroons scored on a Zach Swager 1-yard touchdown run to start the game off. Extra point, no good. 6-0 Dowling with 9 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And then the Maroons kick off, and then Indianola takes the ball, and they score on the first play of the second quarter as Cleric scores from 2 yards out. There he is. Maroons Indianola led 7-6 at that point. Then at halftime, Jake Calvert on a field goal from 27 yards and gave Dowling its lead into halftime 9-7. Third quarter starts off. Dowling gets all the way down. A 6-play, 63-yard drive stalls out. Calvert comes in, kicks another 27-yard field goal. Dowling goes up 12-7. And then Indianola, big hit that time. Brady Blake, who seems to be he started the whole second half, the backup quarterback, in relief of the starter, C.J. Kuhl, who's also the starting corner, their best corner, actually. And Blake plays the whole second half through a touchdown pass of 52 yards to Carter Erickson. And Indianola led 14-12 at the 6:37 mark of the third quarter. But Dowling responds in about a minute and 20 seconds. Cam Middleton caps off a 2-play, 13-yard drive with a 2-yard run. The 2-point conversion failed. Dowling led 18-14. And Dowling tacked on a late touchdown with 4:15 remaining. Zach Swager on an 18-yard run. Calvert's extra point made it the final score, 25-14, Dowling over Indianola. Let's take a look at the total yardage and our statistics tonight, thanks to Coach Seifert. Total offense tonight, Dowling with 351 yards, Indianola with 151 yards. Maroons passed for 202 yards and rushed for 149 yards. Indianola passed for 77 yards and rushed for 74 yards. Maroons were penalized 5 times for 25 yards. Indianola 5 times they were penalized for 35 yards. And Indianola threw 2 interceptions that are 2 turnovers tonight, and they were both by the Dowling defensive back, Austin Klein, with both picks. Maroons had 14 first downs. Indianola with 7. Jake Steingraber, he and Jackson Smolik shared the quarterbacking duties. Steingraber, 4 out of 7 passing, 89 yards. Smolik, 7 out of 14 passing for 83 yards. And Jake English got some duty in there. He was kind of the Wildcat-type quarterback. One pass for 1 completion, 30 yards. Leading ball carrier for Dowling, Swager. Zach with 22 carries, 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cam Middleton, 12 carries for 37 yards and a touchdown. Jake English, 3 carries for 7 yards. And Steingraber, 1 carry for 4 yards. For Indianola, Cleric, their leading rusher, and Boston won the side bet I had. 20 carries, 76 yards for Cleric, so he held the Indianola outstanding tailback to just under 100 yards. He scored a touchdown. Leading receiver for Dowling was Andrew Lynch before he was injured in the first half. 2 catches for 72 yards. Louis Brooks, 5 catches for 63 yards. And Koa Thompson, 4 catches for 55 yards. Jalen Thompson, 1 catch for 12 yards to lead Dowling 4. The Indianola Indians, their leading receiver was Carter Erickson, 6 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown. Cleric out of the backfield, 2 catches for 8 yards. And Pepper, their starting wide receiver, 1 catch for 8 yards. Also a catch by Trenton Nicholson for 4 yards. And Trice Kurgan, 1 catch for 2 yards. So there you go. There's the stats as we have them tonight. Then we'll hand this back off. Dowling with 351 yards of total offense, 202 in the air, 149 in the ground. And for Indianola, 151 yards of total offense, 77 in the air, and 74 yards on the ground. And thanks to Coach Seifert, he could do that windmill at third base during the baseball season. Does a nice job with that, and he does a pretty good job with numbers. He and Zimmerman up there in the visiting press box tonight.
Yeah, they do. And Jarek does a great job, and he's a pretty good golfer too, Mark. He can actually hit the golf ball.
Now you tell me.
Some outings, and that gives me a good time to mention the CFL. I want to put some props in there for the Catholic Football League and Andy Jepson. And
I saw
the
Jepson
job
here.
He does. And
he was passing along scores. We didn't say anything about a golf outing or anything. What's going on?
Well, we had to limit it because of COVID, but we'll be back in full force next year. And it goes to equipment, guardians, and safety issues that the Catholic Football League has done a great job embracing technology and making sure the kids are safe. And even with the COVID stuff now, with the kids wearing masks and that sort of thing, and the social distancing, to make sure that they're allowed to play a season.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take our final break of the night, come back. Final score, Dowling Catholic now has won 12 in a row as they improved to 1-0 on the season as the second-ranked Maroons defeat Indianola 25-14 here at Indianola at the Indianola Football and Track Stadium. Alongside John Chido, I'm Mark Amadale, back with final thoughts after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Chemin is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Chemin strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Online at chemin.com.
Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for sponsoring Dowling Catholic High School football. In business since 1951, Skeffington's Formal Wear offers quality service, style, and selection, providing tuxedos, suits, and casual groom attire for weddings, proms, and any other special occasion. Skeffington's Formal Wear, with convenient locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. All locations are family-owned and operated by members in their respective communities, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at Indianola Football and Track Stadium here at their middle school. Mark Hamadale alongside John Chido. And John, game one off a season that we didn't know about until, we hope to play, and we are playing, and we're kind of week to week, day to day, as Coach Wilson said in our pregame. But Dowling win on the road, 25-14 over an Indianola team that is very scrappy, very formidable, and I think both teams learned a lot from this game, whether you won or lost. And you move on to week two for Indianola. They go up to the northwest part of Warren County, take on Norwalk next Friday night at 7 o'clock at Norwalk's brand new stadium. And for Dowling, they go back to Valley Stadium. They're the home team. Maroons will just be wearing the maroon jerseys, but they'll take on the Valley Tigers, and it'll be the Battle of West Des Moines. Didn't we have that a few months ago in the state championship game in the Dome? And
we did.
Now we're doing it in the regular season again?
It goes by so quick, and always look forward to Dowling Valley Week. It's always a competitive ball game and a great rivalry, and it has been for many, many years. And it's going to be a dogfight next week. Valley's going to be a good football team, and Dowling will come into this and watch the game film and make adjustments, and they'll definitely be prepared. The coaching staff will put these kids in the best position possible to be successful. That's for sure.
All right, and again tonight, Dowling with the win. A pair of touchdowns by Dowling's new tailback, Zach Swager, moves from that fullback slash line or tight end. He was kind of the blocking back last year. Now he's a featured back. He and Cam Middleton, who had a touchdown himself as a junior. And a pair of field goals of 27 yards by Jake Calvert. And Dowling puts up 25 points tonight in a win over Indianola. And that sets off Dowling Valley Week. We want to thank our sponsors, including Chemin, Mercy One, Skeffington's Formal Wear. Our thanks to Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. And our thanks to Bozen the Florist, the Red Zone sponsor. Say more with Bozen, 515-244-ROSE. Our thanks to all of them. And next week, you got to get cleaned up, TV time. Big time. Everybody's going to watch the game. Dowling Valley can't fit 10,000 people in, so we'll have a lot more viewers and listeners as we simulcast with CISN.TV. Mr. Chido.
I imagine that, and if I'm down on the sideline, then I won't be in front of that TV as much. So
you never know.
You don't never know. It depends on someone's contract, right? Was contract rights being able to be on TV or not?
Not on mine. But we'll get that all worked out. We'll see how that all transpires on the TV side. But, hey, thanks, everybody here at Indianola. What a beautiful night. And we want to thank your neighbor, Mr. Scigliano, Mark Scigliano, for providing the tent.
Yes. Wade Baggenstosh for his communication. And we got cut off earlier. We're giving Wade props.
We said his name, and then we got something happen, and it never recovered until halftime. So hopefully that worked out,
and
John.
Also Wendy Creekhouser as well. She's another parent rep that does a great job as well.
Yeah, a lot of fans here for Dowling. One of the few times that they can bring all their fans. Warren County has different regulations than Polk County. And don't forget, we go to Marshall County later on in the season, so I don't know how that'll work out. But so we'd like to see fans here, and they turned out in force. They filled up the Indianola visiting side, and that's what they should do, and our hats off to them. And their staff here, we want to thank all the folks involved with that, including Lee Nelson, their athletic director, for getting us all set up, and Rick Wilson, who's in the real press box here because we couldn't be next to them because we were too close, so we had to be outdoors, and Rick and his staff at KNIA, KLRS in Knoxville.
Yeah, it turned out to be a nice night to be outside, though, Mark.
Got kind of interesting when that front moved through. We had some clouds, but it wasn't the bad clouds. It was the ones that, it might be a little rain. Didn't need the the tent.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, and got the game underway. Well,
but
Johnny,
I just want to make it clear, I'm talking about TV contract, talking about Mr. Marcoulier. That's who I'm referring to.
He hasn't been officially offered the olive branch, and if he does, he will come back. He's never, his daughter had the rehearsal dinner on Valley on a Friday night.
Oh, really?
And he did not miss the game back in the day, back in the 80s. I think it was 90s. Back in the 90s, he did not miss the game. So this might perk him up.
Yeah.
You might have just woke him up when you just mentioned that. I haven't offered it to him yet. I'm holding out with Marcoulier, but we have to bring him out. Coach, Mr. Manier will be back for your listeners out there. Matt will be back for week 3, and we look forward to that. And John Chido, thanks for not walking up and down the sidelines, staying socially distant up here as we do the protocol during the COVID-19 era as we're in right now.
Right. Hopefully I didn't disappoint tonight. It's a little bit different being up here, and you have to be on your toes a little bit more. That's for sure.
Johnny, thank you, and we'll talk to you next Friday for Dowling Valley. That'll wrap up our broadcast tonight. Our thanks to everybody involved, including all the folks at Dowling, Tom Wilson, the athletic director, and of course Michael Connor, Mary Pick in the athletic office at Dowling, Jared Seifert, and Kurt Zimmerman providing our stats. And our thanks to everybody else behind the scenes. Our thanks to our studio producer, Jeff Piggott. And, of course, our halftime guest tonight was Dowling boys track coach Jared Herring. We want to thank him. And for Tony Calumet, Jimmy Olson, Deacon Tony Valdez, and all the folks behind the scenes, Joe Teeling at Iowa Catholic Radio. Our thanks to our business underwriters and supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio in our 44th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic Sports. Our thanks also here at Indianola, Lee Nelson, the athletic director, Eric Kluver, the head football coach, and his staff. Next Friday night's our next broadcast, Dowling and Valley on Friday, September 4th. Pregame 6:30, kickoff 7 o'clock from Valley Stadium. Join us for the call next Friday. Again, the final score tonight, Dowling 25, Indianola 14. The Maroons moved to 1-0 on the season. Again, they will host Valley next Friday at 7 o'clock. For Indianola, they have an 0-1 record. They'll travel to Norwalk, and their kickoff next Friday is at 7 o'clock against the Norwalk Warriors. For John Chido, and for the rest of the staff here at Iowa Catholic Radio, this is Mark Amadale saying good evening from Indianola. Again, the final, Dowling 25, Indianola 14. Have a safe and blessed, faith-filled week.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic High School football is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, Mercy One, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.